We live, chat. We live. What we doing tonight, chat? What's the word? Give y'all a second to get on in here before we start intro mode. What we doing tonight, chat? What we doing tonight, man? We locked. We locked. Y'all ready for that grassroots gaming? What we doing tonight, chat? Ed, what it do? Big Niche, what it do? Lowry, what it do? What we doing tonight, chat? Y'all like, man? What an intro is, man?
We started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it. I fit the description, I'm the definition. I'm what they prescribe like she seen a physician. She wanna ride cause she seen how we getting it. Big old booty, she my passenger princess. She like to argue, she don't like to listen. She bougie and toxic, she fine and she picky. Pretty and sedity, she get recognition. Matching nails and toes, man, she always French tip 'em. Parking lot pimping when we in the city. Don't ask about twine, she twerk on the engine. She eat the dick in the car cause it's tennis. She pay me attention like she get commission. Pimpin' CEO, so I give her the business. She ride on the dick like she doing some fitness. She make the dick disappear like she magician. She like to swallow, man, she love when I finish. Having motion, man, you know I got plenty. Bitches choosing cause they know that I'm winning. See some thousands, now I'm after some millions. So all my houses come with chandelier ceilings. Pillow talking, man, that shit just ain't in me. Keep it pimpin', I can't do no pretending. Jealous hearted, man, you know I ain't with it. Cuffin' hoes, I can't do no commit. No, we started with nothing in humble beginnings. They wanna fuck with me now cause I'm winning. Chasing this chicken cause I'm on a mission. I'm known for get money and standing on business. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know how we living. Come from the struggle, got lost in the hustle. Straight out the mud, no I compliment couples. Chasing big bills just to keep this shit subtle. You ain't on my team if you wasn't in the huddle. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Chasing this chicken, I ran up a ticket. Keep that shit coming, they know that I'm with it.
Oh man, double tap that screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? What we doing tonight, chat? It's the middle of the week, man. Y'all having a good week so far, man. We got an action-packed episode, man. Y'all know what time it is. Double tap the screen, tell a friend to tell a friend, call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin. Tell them plug live, and he running his mouth, man. We in intro mode, baby. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spencer night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me. Ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spencer night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Y'all locked, man? We need some comments in here. Double tap that screen. Let's get the likes up. Soon as we come in, we need some comments. I hope y'all had a great day. Tell everybody what's up. Tell a friend to tell a friend that plug is live, man. Click the share button, send it to the last 2 people you text. Don't get embarrassed. It's a little ratchet, but it's all right, man. Double tap that screen, shut a live out, man. Where's the tag? Where's the tag?
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
There we go.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Oh, man. Double tap that screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap that screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Hey, saying Nolan Seatow interview backfired on Officer Tatum. And we got Poetik Flakko begging the FBAs for forgiveness, man. Double tap that screen, shut a live out. Call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin, tell them plug live and he running his mouth. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, Marxist, fascist, alien, NPC, get your ass in. We finna have no conversations tonight. Ed, what it do? I see you in here, man. What it do, Ed? We're gonna get into the interview. A lot of people have been breaking down that interview that Officer Tatum had yesterday with Nolan's friends, Morgan Seymour, Jax Paletto, Warren Hudson, and the lawyer Edward. We're gonna break that down. Also, we're gonna get into Jew Almighty coming at Poetik Flakko for disrespecting Black Americans, and now he's trying to basically use the Black Americans to build his platform by saying that all of this shit is going on, calling everybody a racist and how they hate Black folks. And just not too long ago, Poetik Flakko was talking shit about Black folks his damn self. So we're going to see what's going on with that. Also, we have exclusive part 2 of the interview. Nolan Wells' friends are they are denying the Seatow audio. They're saying that audio that came out never happened, allegedly. Also, I do have that full live stream of Poetik Flakko and Jew Almighty. If we got time, we might sit down and watch that conversations. And we got Cuomo and Officer Tatum sitting down. I guess Cuomo's asking Tatum 3 reasons the "we don't know him" story changed, saying that we do not know him. Double tap that screen, shut a live out. We're gonna get into this night. Man. What's up, Michelle? What's up, Ed? What's up, Agua? Everybody double tap that screen. Press 1 if you're a first timer. Press 3 if you are an OG to the channel. And if you are an OG to the channel, let everybody know how long you've been part of this community. Let everybody know. I don't care if it's been 1 month, 2 months, 2 years, 6 months, 8 months. Let everybody know how long you've been a part of this, man. Double tap that screen, shut a live out. We're going to get into this Candace right now. She's saying that the debate is happening on Friday. Candace Owens, Andrew Wilson, $300,000, I believe they paid Candace. Andrew just dropped a video trying to crowdfund the money. We're about to get into it. This is Candace letting her know what's going on. I believe she's hosting the debate inside of her house. I believe she's having the debate inside of her house.
My team. So actually, I will be underrepresented in my own home when he comes down because I want this to be a clean victory. Okay, now it's time to announce the moderator of the debate between me and Andrew Wilson. Now, obviously, you guys all know that his first pick was Michael Knowles. Michael Knowles politely declined on his...
Yeah, it's going to be a debate. Oh, so Shell, you said Michelle's been here since 16,000 subscribers. Michelle's the only one in here that remembers when she came around. Thank you, Michelle, for being here since 16,000 subscribers. Man, y'all give Michelle some flames for that.
His own show to do so, citing his own personal reasons. And so then we moved to Andrew Wilson's second option. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, take a listen.
Candace Owens offered her $300,000 to do a debate.
Given the reaction, I think it...
So the $300,000 for the debate, that is not a pot. That is not prize money. That is Candace's fee. They're paying Candace $300,000 to show up. Win, lose, or draw, $300,000 to show up.
Probably would have been better for her to lay low for a little while.
1,000%.
The going out with the sparklers was not a great idea.
I'm 7 months pregnant, so if you fancy a debate face-to-face, you're going to have to travel to me. It's common decency.
After giving it serious consideration over the weekend, I will be declining the invitation.
The good news is that we have secured a moderator, a good one, and the moderator is already stepping in to moderate to get this debate over the finish line.
Who's gonna moderate? Who is that moderating? Is that Patrick Bet-David? Wow. So Michael Knowles backed out and they put in PBD. I said they should have put in Pierce Morgan, but they put in PBD. That's crazy. Sir Carl comes through with the first super chat of the night. $5. Appreciate that, Sir Carl, for your continued support of the channel, man. Everybody get Sir Carl some flames for the first super chat of the night, supporting the work. But that's crazy. Patrick Bet-David's gonna moderate this. I like that. I'm not mad at that, chat. I said it should have been Pierce Morgan once Michael Knowles backed out, but I'm not mad at Patrick Bet-David. I'm not mad at that, chat. Rate Patrick Bet-David as a moderator, chat. 1 through 10. What do you rate Patrick Bet-David as a potential moderator? I give Patrick Bet-David an 8. I think he'll be an 8 because he has his own fan base, his own audience, and he'll bring in a lot of people on his own to watch this. Now, will he be biased? Probably. Patrick Bet-David will probably have a lot of bias in this, but I'm not mad at him being a moderator. Hey, Richard just came in and said, fuck you, really blatantly. Like, damn, Richard, what's wrong with you? Why is it fuck me, Richard? What did I do to you, Richard? I didn't back into your car. I've never stolen from you. I've never even said your damn name. Why is it fuck me, Richard? I think you have misdirected anger, Richard. I don't know who pissed in your Cheerios, if your girl cheated on you, your kids not listening to you, but Richard, damn, I'm gonna need you to direct that anger inward, man. You need to go look in the fucking mirror, my boy. What the hell is going on?
Patrick Bet-David was his second option, and I know that my fans are going to be very...
And then you gonna say you MAGA. So now, Richard, you just stuck your fucking foot in the mouth. You came in this bitch, said, fuck me, and then you asking, am I MAGA? So now you're just throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. That's why they had your ass in the corner in school, because you didn't know how to fucking behave, Richard. I'm gonna need you to get some decorum, and when you slide through this bitch the next time, you say what's up, and you sit your ass down somewhere and act like you've been somewhere before, Richard.
Very upset about this because they think that Patrick Bet-David and his crew over at Valuetainment have not been very kind to me. And no, you are correct. Certainly not Adam Sosnick. And you know, they've thrown a lot of digs my way. That's exactly why I think it's a good pick. I want to remove the idea that this is in any way slanted. I don't want people to, even with Michael Knowles, it could have been like, oh, well, he's the guy.
What's up, Tony Toast? I'ma let you do the honors, Tony. Don't nobody move in this bitch but me and Tony. Tony, I need you to, no, Big Niche. I needed you to stop, Big Niche. I don't need nobody to move but me and Tony. Tony, I need you to escort this Richard motherfucker up out of here, man. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's in this bitch saying raccoon this. He's throwing shit against the wall trying to see what sticks. I'm just going to be honest. He might have stubbed his toe this morning, and you know the toenail's probably a little cracked, so he's just in here real pissy. So I'm going to need you to go and put him to bed, Tony. Just get Richard the fuck up out of here for me.
Godfather to her, whatever it is. They could have kind of pitched this as like, you know, in this way, I actually literally am outnumbered. This is his pick. I do trust, despite the fact I've always been able to compartmentalize. I'm a big girl. I can take people. You know, he platformed people that said things that were not true about me on the after Charlie's assassination. Eric Bowling thing drives me insane still to this day, that he lied so much and said I hadn't spoken to Charlie since 2019. And I could be bitter about that. I'm not. I'm actually not. My main thing in doing this was wanting to, have a moderator that I would trust to be in my home, who I don't think is a psychopath. I've been in...
Yeah, Richard gone. We sent Richard ass to the gulag. Now he's somewhere trying to load back into another YouTube vertical live stream. You see how this shit go? What's up, Catwalk? You see, look at Oscar the Grin said, we a slide on Richard. Don't worry about it, Oscar. We already packed him up, man. He's boxed. FedEx. We got him in a swisher right now, man. Stop playing with this.
Patrick Bet-David's home. I have met his children. I have met his wife. For whatever you think about what he thinks and our many disagreements, I think that he will moderate fairly. I actually truly believe that he will moderate fairly, and that is my number one interest in this. I am, I think he's going to do a good job. What I am going to do, just to make it clear, we had a call. There was another option that also blew through, which was Joe Rogan reached out and said he would host down in Texas. I have already said my one thing is I'm not traveling for this, so I declined to accept me having to travel down to Texas. And then a PBD offered, and Andrew wanted to make that happen. And I said, okay, I am fine. I'm literally fine as long as a person comes here. And I
like Patrick Bet-David as the moderator over Joe Rogan. Chad, who do y'all think would be the better moderator, Patrick Bet-David or Joe Rogan? I don't know, man. I like Joe Rogan. He's cool, but just for this shit here, yeah, I'm taking Patrick Bet-David over Joe Rogan, man. Fuck it.
Also have, just to make it clear to everyone, I have said basically PBD is going to be in control. He is going to be deciding when we go to break. He is going to be the person that decides who talks and when. And he is going to be the person that the producers are speaking to when we...
No, she not going to back out. We're 2 days away. Candace isn't backing out. We're 2 days away. Patrick Bet-David's all involved. They've already raised the money. Andrew Wilson say he's putting up $200,000. The other guy's putting up $100,000. Andrew just dropped the video 2 hours ago crowdfunding money. I guess he's pulling it out of his pocket. He's trying to get his supporters to pay him back so he can have this shit go on. I'm just going to be all the way honest. I didn't know. I seen Candace say to Andrew Wilson, TPUSA brought in Andrew Wilson to teach their students how to debate. So I'm pretty sure the money's going to get covered one way or another. Like I said, this is not a purse. This is not a pot. Candace is getting paid $300,000 to let them come to her house and debate.
Say, can you bring something up? I am hoping that this Andrew Wilson thing is going to be like me meeting the final boss of the...
You got to think, $300,000 for a few hours of work. She's getting, I think the debate is supposed to be 3 hours long. She's about to be getting $100,000 an hour. $100,000 an hour, man, to look around.
Real House Bros of Candace County, because that's what this has become, the consistent stream of men who are being platformed and pushed by Turning Point USA, who doesn't have like the courage to admit that they're communicating with these people. They send them out to do their bidding as if they don't want to get their hand.
I don't think, see, this is how I think the debate's going to go. Andrew's going to press Candace on her points and say, prove it. Candace is going to just say, well, it's just all of this stuff going on and we don't have any direct answers. And that's going to be the whole fucking debate. I'm just going to call it now. Andrew's going to say, hey, Candace, you made these claims. Now prove it. Candace is going to be like, well, we know that the narrative that they're telling us is not right. And it's just going to go back and forth like that. That's all it's going to be. Andrew's going to keep saying, we'll prove it. We'll prove it. We'll prove it. Candace is going to be like, well, you prove it. You prove it. You prove it. And it's going to go in a circle. That's why I don't want Joe Rogan around, because they're like Joe Rogan and we need some fucking excitement, man. Bring Patrick Bet-David in this bitch.
Hands dirty. These are the Real House Bros of Candace County.
They're debating the Charlie Kirk narrative. They're debating the Charlie Kirk narrative, the Tyler Robinson narrative. I don't know if they're going to bring up Erica or not, but right now they're debating the Tyler Robinson being Charlie Kirk's assassin, or was it someone else? Was it something else? That's what the main debate is.
County thus far, we've got Graham Allen. We've got Paramount Not So Tactical. We've got Blakey Neff, who's the leader, Slay Bay. We've got Jeremy Borig, Viva Frey, nonstop tweeting. And then all of a sudden, Andrew Wilson has now appeared. And he's their new horse. They're not going to claim him. We're not going to force him to. But we all saw how this went down. He goes to TPUSA headquarters, and suddenly he's got a lot of money to throw around to call Candace out on Piers Morgan and Joe Rogan. And so the public can take from that what they will. What I will say is something that's already annoying.
Do I think Andrew Wilson is the Trojan horse? Do I think Andrew Wilson is doing this on behalf of TPUSA or someone else? Yes. I think he's doing it on behalf of them for the money. Do I think he's doing it morality like, oh, I'm with them, let's take down Candace? Fuck no. Andrew's getting some fucking chicken, a lot of it, a lot of chicken and a lot of leverage. And shit, he's doing what he got to do. Hell.
annoying me and I am bending over backward to address is that he keeps seeding this narrative that he's the underdog somehow, or that this is somehow unfair. I'm also happy that it is PBD because he will assess and I believe, be 100% straightforward with the audience about whether or not I slanted anything against him, whether anything happened in the control room. He will be honest with audiences. And like this tweet from Andrew that he shared. Where do we have the tweet that he said this morning? He keeps caging it as if like he's in the lion's den. He wrote, "This is hardly the first time I've been in territory with."
This is Andrew's make it or break it moment right here. And it's not even really a make it or break it moment. Unless he fumbles this shit completely bad, this is going to catapult Andrew Wilson's careers to new levels. Candace's as well. They both will mutually benefit off of this shit because, like I said, neither one of them, I don't think it's going to be a career ender or, oh, he slayed Candace. Of course, the headlines will run. They'll make the titles and thumbnails and captions, but it's going to be a circle jerk. And it's going to bring both of their audiences. This is going to be the most watched debate probably over the last 5-10 years. And it's going to blow them up. Candace is probably going to have a really good month. If they're paying her $300,000 to show up for the debate, Candace will probably fuck around and make $3 million this month. Andrew Wilson, same fucking thing. There's no telling how much he got paid on the back end. This is about to take, these are two A-level YouTubers right now. A-level. They're going at it. The world is going to watch. About to make a lot of fucking money.
The hostile audience and high profile debate opponent and the cards against me. And it won't be the last time. Like for you, it's the Friday of all Fridays. For me, it's just another day taking on a terrible worldview. What are you talking about? Hostile audiences? There's no audience in front of us. We're going to be in this little room. Like, yeah, people will be watching it, but you're not going to be jeered or have anybody screaming at you. I responded and it was like, he keeps pretending like he's from England and going into Aztec Stadium and being jeered. That's not what he is walking into. We have allowed his moderator. We're giving him our.
I think they're trying to put in a stipulation where there's no ad hominems. So if Candace comes out attacking if they come out attacking each other personally, they automatically lose. That's going to be a tough cookie. That's going to be a tough cookie.
Our studio, our producers, he will be in control. He picked the moderator. He established the debate claim. We conceded to that. He is officially bringing more.
Hey, MDW says, you or anybody black ever talk about Chicago, Baltimore, Memphis, no accountability. MDW 777. I'm going to tell you like this. I think you need to mind your fucking business. How about that? You came into my space asking what the fuck I'm doing. I didn't ask you what you ate today. I didn't ask you when the last time you beat off. I didn't ask any of that shit, bro. Mind your fucking business, MD77. You're probably one of those guys that wake up every day like the fucking Undertaker. Your eyes just pop open. Get up out of bed like this, like, oh my God, where's the black folk? Where's the black folk? You one of those, bro. Fuck out of here, bro.
More people than I have on my team. So actually, I will be underrepresented in my own home when he comes down because I want this to be a clean victory. I want it to be a final response to these people who have been insisting for months and months and months.
You say MDW is right, though. We talk about Chicago, Memphis, and Tennessee, and I'm going to tell you like this, Christian. I want you to call in. I want you and MD to call in. I want you and MD to call in right now. Either one of y'all. I don't want anybody but you or MD to call in. And we can talk about Chicago, Baltimore, and we can talk about Memphis. But I got some questions for you. I got some questions for you about your uncles and your aunts and shit and what they're doing out there in them backwoods. I got a few questions for you, and I don't want you to run from them. Let's not defer and say it's mental illness or sick people. No, let's talk about the actual problem. Call in.
Months. Oh, all of these conspiracy theorists don't believe in what they believe. They're just saying it because it gives them an audience. No, that's not why we're saying it. We very much believe what we are saying. And I'm glad that the debate claim is, one of the claims is him saying the evidence is overwhelming that Tyler Robinson assassinated Charlie Kirk. And my rebuttal, obviously, to that is that Tyler Robinson was set up as.
Oh, you say you can't call in? Yes, you can. I just dropped the number. Yes, you can. I was waiting on that. I was waiting on the motherfucker to ask for the number. You can call in right now. The phone line's open. I give you 5 minutes of my time. You got 5 minutes of my time. Call in. I don't want to hear that shit. Stop bitching. Call in.
A patsy. That's my belief. And I believe that I can defend that. And I don't think that there are many more people who know this case inside and out. I feel like I know this case better.
Wow, they clipped us. What the hell happened to the video? See, now y'all getting weird, getting to reporting my shit, man. Y'all see how I do? They come in here mad and then they get to reporting my shit, but it's all good. Because I'm going to pull it back up. You thought we was going to give up on that shit? You's a motherfucking fool.
He is officially.
You's a motherfucking fool.
He picked the moderator.
I'll pull that shit right back up. You see how they tried to hate us up out of here, chat? You see how they tried to hate us up out of here, man?
Opponent and the cards against me.
I don't want you to call Jamma. I don't need you to call Jamma. I need Christian or MD77 to call in. I don't want to hear from anybody else. I want to hear from Christian and I want to hear from MD777. That's who I want to hear from. And we can talk about Baltimore. We could talk about Memphis. We could talk about Chicago. But we're for damn sure finna talk about them backwoods too. We finna talk about them backwoods. We finna talk about them fishing trips. We finna talk about all that shit. Yeah, call in, Christian. You asked for the number. The number is here. What you waiting on? Stop wasting my fucking time.
And it won't be the last time. Like, for you, it's the Friday of all Fridays. For me, it's just another day taking on a terrible worldview. What are you talking about?
Was OJ innocent? If the glove don't fit, you must have quit, man. Don't we have a right to a fair trial here? Didn't you watch that trial? Didn't the fucking world watch it? I was too young. You watched the trial, nigga. OJ was innocent. The glove didn't fit, man. Cut it out.
Hostile audiences, there's no audience in front of us. We're going to be in this little room. Like, yeah, people will be watching it, but you're not going to be jeered or have anybody screaming at you. I responded. It was like, he keeps pretending like he's from England and going into Aztec Stadium and being jeered. That's not what he is walking into. We have allowed his moderator. We're giving him our studio, our producers. He will be in control. He picked the moderator. He established the debate claim. We conceded to that. He is officially bringing more people than I have on my team. So
Tony Toast comes through with the second super chat of the night, and he says, don't hate, participate. Toast 2028. Man, thank you, Tony, for always showing up and supporting the channel, man. If y'all do not know, that is Tony Toast, man. Don't hate, participate. Vote Toast 2028, man.
Actually, I will be underrepresented in my own home when he comes down because I want this to be a clean victory. I want it to be a final response to these people.
I don't know why y'all doing that. Listen, when it comes to that OJ shit, chat, I'm going to be honest with y'all, and I'm going to look directly at y'all when I say this shit. I don't give a fuck about OJ, what the fuck OJ had going, that white Bronco. Do y'all not remember OJ said, I'm not black, I'm OJ. The fuck I care about this nigga for? He ain't black, he OJ. Hell out of here, man. Don't try to push that OJ shit off on me. He just told y'all he wasn't black, and you steady asking me about this nigga.
Who have been insisting for months and months and months, oh, all of these conspiracy theorists don't believe in what they believe. They're just saying it because it gives them an audience. No, that's not why we're saying it. We very much believe what we are saying. And I'm glad that the debate claim is, one of the claims is him saying the evidence is overwhelming that Tyler Robinson assassinated Charlie Kirk. And my rebuttal, obviously, to that is that Tyler Robinson was set up as a patsy. That's my belief. And I believe that I can defend that. And I don't think that there are many more people who know this case inside and out. I feel like I know this case.
Then you got people coming here like Jason Jason Stout talking about y'all looking at race BS. Candace is garbage. Listen, Jason, Do you not know that social media is over? You're in interest media now. The reason you in this fucking live stream is because this the kind of shit you watch. So obviously, if this race bullshit, it's obviously the shit you be watching, nigga. Cut it out.
Better than some of the lawyers do, truly. Baron Coleman perhaps would be neck and neck with me. If I was debating Baron Coleman on the case and we weren't on the same side, I probably would be like, okay. And he's also a lawyer, like a little bit nervous, right? Because he will have a natural talent for understanding some of the filings where I have to just always check. But I am sued a lot. So I don't know, maybe I'm a little more experienced than Baron Coleman, actually, if we ever have a debate. I'd be like, actually, I'm the most sued ever. You know, so this is could not have been made more fair. Other than the fact that I have asked that it takes place here and he doesn't smoke, I have made no other requests and I have conceded everything to him. And PBD will be honest about that. Like, I've just been like, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. I don't care. I actually am excited to address these points finally. And the idea that,
come on, Candace, we got to keep it a thou though. You getting paid the $300,000, he not. I mean, you can make it sound good. Like, hey, I gave him everything he want, but they gave you $300,000. So, hey, man.
anybody would be fearful. I'll tell you what debate rule number 1 is: stake a position that you can actually defend. Don't go in. This is not going to be like him sitting down with OnlyFans chicks and this kind of debates that you don't have to prep for because you just go, well, I don't think stripping is a good idea. And then they try to tell you that stripping is great and they're super happy. This is not that. This is an actual court case. This is a court case that has evidence. And I believe that the people who are pursuing alternative theories, as they call conspiracy theories, are completely righteous in that pursuit.
You said he's getting paid too, probably 50,000, possibly 100. Yeah, but that's coming from his side. You know, he's probably getting more than that. I think Andrew Wilson probably he's going to get a lot more than that, especially when it comes to influence as well. But as far as purposes of what they have going, Andrew and Candace, Andrew's offering the money up to Candace. Candace doesn't have to come out of pocket anything. That's what I mean. Yes, Andrew's probably getting paid, but he's getting paid from his side. Candace is getting paid, but she's getting paid from Andrew's side as well. You know, that's the difference.
Given the lack of really any evidence that has proven to be concrete thus far connecting Tyler Robinson to this murder. So that's what we'll be debating. And I am confident going into this debate. And it doesn't sound to me like Andrew is so confident when he keeps sort of trying to seed the narrative, like it's somehow unfair. Even his wife kind of posted it felt like a eulogy. I'll share it with you. This was on August 7th. She wrote, regardless of whatever happens with Candace Owens or anyone else, Andrew will still be here in 5, 10, or 20 years if he wants to be. He has a unique and special skill that nobody else online has, which is in very high demand. Nobody can do what he does. He's taken on some of the best debaters and commentators on the internet and torn their whole worldview to shreds in front of millions of people. We are talking about Ivy League educated men with PhDs, political commentary veterans, people who were at the top of the debate sphere. Andrew consistently comes out on top. If you see accounts who think all he does is argue with OF girls, you can be certain that person is not familiar with him or what he does. None of their lies about him can stop him. Only somebody with a more coherent and unbeatable worldview who knows how to defend it better than Andrew does can beat him. So far, we have not seen anyone like that come along. Like, regardless of whatever happens with Candace, or what are you saying? What are you guys doing? Why are you eulogizing him? We don't need a eulogy. We need that same macho energy, right? The cigarette smoking guy who's just talking about conspiracy theorists and came into some money, it seems like, right around the time that he went to TPUSA headquarters. Because first, remember, he only offered $50K, which seemed completely reasonable. That's what somebody would do reasonably. He was going to go half and half with Brian Atlas, and he ups it to $100K. Going to go half and half with Brian Atlas. Now he suddenly goes to TPUSA headquarters after months of dissing Turning Point USA, and he comes out a different man. He's got hundreds of thousands of dollars to just throw at a debate. We're not supposed to draw any conclusions from that. We're supposed to just think that, yeah, he's just, got it like that. Let me tell you something. People who have that kind of money just sitting around would never spend it on conversation. Just a fact. Read things like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Rich people, wealthy people like that don't like to part with their money over stupidity. They like to make investments. They like to invest in property. It's a thing I've learned. I love coming from nothing and learning these things along the way of how differently they think. That sounds to me like somebody hit the lotto. And whatever this transition happened for him.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised if this shit is a fucking play, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised, chat, if this whole shit is a play. Where they both make a bunch of fucking money, they both shut the internet down, get a bunch of fucking visibility, and shit. Candace doesn't look as crazy as hell. Andrew is still Andrew because he's just gonna make people stand on what the fuck they say, prove their point. This might be a fucking play, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This shit might be a play, bro.
It certainly was after he went to Turning Point USA headquarters and sat down with Erica and the executive team. Like I said, let's not draw any conclusions. There's no evidence. He says he's his own horse. This just is coming from him. We'll leave it at that. And I'm sure we'll discuss it. Our debate has no time limit. That's another thing I said. We can talk till you're blue in the face. No tricks. It will be a clean win. And yeah, I'm pretty confident.
Let me give everyone an update of exactly where we are. A few weeks ago, Brian Atlas, a friend of mine who runs the Whatever podcast, offered up $100,000 for Candace Owens to debate with me about the murder of Charlie Kirk on his platform. He eventually raised it to $150,000, to which I said I would match it if we could actually debate on neutral ground. I expressed this story recently on the Joe Rogan podcast. Candace and her fans' reactions were volatile, to say the least. She issued a strange counter that I needed to pay her $500,000 and that TPUSA needed to, quote, claim me. Now, I don't work for TPUSA, so I couldn't grant that concession, as it would have been a lie. She followed with an offer of me paying $300,000 to debate her at her home on the topic of if Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk and if he was a federal patsy or not. Obviously, this gives massive advantages to Owens, but I'm never one to back down from a debate challenge, even if I think the terms are fundamentally unfair. We entered into negotiations, and during those negotiations, Joe Rogan contacted us both, asking to host our debate. This is perhaps something you guys don't know. Obviously, I thought that changed everything, as that would guarantee the biggest platform for both.
It's a fucking play, bro. I'm telling you. This shit, at this point, it's a play. Listen to him. She wanted to debate on Tyler Robinson and if he killed Charlie and if he's a patsy. Obviously, that gives her an unfair advantage and shit like this, but we're still about to pay her $300,000 because I'm just the crucible and won't back down from a debate. It's a fucking play. Candace saves face. Andrew gets a boost. Candace gets a boost. Everybody fucking wins. There are no losers in this. Patrick Bet-David's in the fucking mix. There are no losers in this shit. Everybody's gonna do reactions and clip this shit the fuck up and give their takes on it. Man, this fucking debate is about to create an ecosystem for at least 2 weeks. This shit is crazy, bro.
Both of us to make our case on neutral ground. Unsurprisingly to me, Candace Owens declined. No control, you see. She insisted it be at her home still, even after Rogan said he would come in on his off day to do the debate, and I would still give her the $300,000. You would think if she was actually trying to change the minds of normies.
Hey, look at y'all. Look, Tent Deals talking about swim color. Boy, I'd tint your fucking eyes if you was around here. Know that, Tent Deals. I'd tint your fucking eyes. Allegedly on GTA.
And reach a new audience. That's where she would go, but sadly, no. After many rounds of negotiations and a new moderator stepping in who assures us it'll be fair, we came to an agreement. I went ahead and sent the $300,000, and it has been confirmed by her staff and to us that it has been sent. I am going to clear the air on a few things.
Oh, she is 7 months. She is 7 months pregnant. And Tank Deals, I'ma tell you, man, you talking all that shit. That's why you gonna have some mixed grandkids. talking all this shit. That's why your grandkids gonna be mixed.
I wasn't some Charlie Kirk fanboy. In fact, I had my and still have my disagreements with him. But I always thought TPUSA did way more good than it did harm to the conservative movement. But I will never forget the series of TikTok invasions I did post Charlie's death, only to watch the lunatic left laughing and mocking and having the time of their lives watching the spiral of chaos that came after. It was enraging, to say the least. I know I'm not a very nice man. I get that. But I am a very kind man. I lamented many times to my...
Oh, you said not a chance this racism runs for generations? Yeah, them was the kind of bunnies I was stepping in, tent deals. I'm going to tell you. Just like you, I had a few encounters with some women and they pawpaws was just like you are. And I'm going to tell you, chat. Hold on, chat. 1 second. This how I used to step inside of them, Tent. Hey, Tent. This how I used to step inside of them like this. All the way inside of them, Tent. That's how I used to step inside of them and send them back to your fucking house to get Thanksgiving dinner. How about that, Tent?
My wife, how god-awful the family and friends of Charlie must feel about what happened to him after he died. Trying to find some new normal under intense media scrutiny, balancing duty and obligation.
You said, am I against interracial relationships? I don't care who you be with, man. I'm just telling Tent that his racist ass gonna have some mixed grandkids, man. And he's talking about this racism run generations, and I'm talking about I was that nigga with no socks on, Yeezy slides, in the fucking house, eating up all the snacks. I'm looking for your deer jerky. I'm doing all of that, man. I know you got a couple cold Coors Light in there, man, popping them bitches open. Yeah, that's how we grew up.
With remorse, regret, and overwhelming sadness. My stated objective for my platform, The Crucible, has been unwavering, and I've never strayed from its goal. Destroy the left. Take them on everywhere on their own turf, outside their turf, at their events, in their safe spaces. Challenge them everywhere and destroy their ideas. Be unrelenting, never stop, and not one step back. This woman, Candace...
See, chat, that really pissed 10 off. Y'all see he stopped commenting, right? You said, so you responding to someone else's racist comment? Yeah. It's fun. The chat likes it. You know, we have fun over here. I troll the trolls back. This is the problem. They don't realize that I'm the one with the fucking microphone and the camera on. They can type till their fucking thumbs hurt. But guess what? I'm the funny one, nigga. And I know Tent right now is upset because Tent knows that what the fuck I'm saying is true. Tent knows that what the fuck I'm saying is true. Tent has some kind of complex or some kind of problem that's going on in his house, and it's okay. We're just gonna make fun of it. We're just gonna laugh, hee ha ha about it because he knows what the fuck is going on. He knows, man.
This has been terrorizing both the widow of Charlie Kirk and the organization he left behind. It's obvious her stated goal is to destroy the largest conservative college and high school outreach program currently in existence.
You said we supposed to be black queens forever, Tony. Listen, man, my kid's mixed, man. My kid's Afro-Latina, man. What are you talking about, Tony? I'm just gonna be honest with you. I can't tell no lies in this bitch. My kids is Afro-Latina.
Do I disagree with a lot of TPUSA ideas? I do. I would rather try to change them, though, than burn down the only organization in my lifetime to really get a foothold in academia, the thing conservatives have wanted for 60 years. In the following weeks, I will be relentlessly attacked from the Candace Owens cult for daring to put their leader to the question and for daring to question the questioners. I accept that as a side effect of challenging what has become a powerful industry of conspiracy peddling true crime nonsense, which has a sycophantic and cult-like following. They have been at it for days, going through everything they can possibly dig up about me to hurt me, as there is multitudes of millions of dollars on the line for these creators and they will stop at nothing to protect their interests, regardless of the lives they destroy along the way. Many creators and private individuals have reached out to help me with this financial burden, and they understand the fallout which is likely to come for me and my family for doing the right thing when it mattered the most.
That's actually a good question. You said, can you be an anti-intellectual and attached to academia? Yes, you actually can. You actually can. It's kind of crazy to say it, but long as you have 10,000 hours or a certain level of expertise in a certain subject, you can be attached to academia and you can not fuck with it. It's crazy, ain't it? It's fucking crazy.
Now, to be clear, I have already sent Candace the $300,000 and
Am I a feminist? No.
fulfilled my end of the contract with her. If you guys want to help me in bearing that cost and help cushion the overwhelming attacks from her sycophants, here's where you can donate. Many of us are in this fight together, win or lose. Maybe I can do something to change its course for the entirety of the conservative movement. Promise made, promise kept.
Hey, tent deals, you better quit that shit before motherfuckers find out your little tent shop and they start boycotting your shit, man. Hey, it get like that over here, tent deals. You better leave that shit alone. Motherfucker get to boycotting your shit. You in here talking all this racist shit with your damn business name up and shit, tent deals. We know you doing tent somewhere, nigga. You better quit that shit, boy.
Thank you for your time.
Shit. All right, chat. We finna get into this Poetik Flakko. Now, Poetik Flakko, he's been going hard over this Nolan Wells case. He's been going really hard, calling out everybody, saying everybody's racist and Mississippi's racist. Well, Jew Almighty came to him and was like, hold on, Flakko, wasn't you just talking crazy about black Americans? Didn't you just say black Americans? Wasn't you just calling black Americans pookies and saying they waiting in the EBT line? Now you just all this black talk, this, that. What the fuck happened? So Jew Almighty checked that shit, and yesterday they did like a 2-hour long stream, and I guess this is the synopsis of it. I ain't finna watch that whole fucking 2 hours. I'm just not.
Video. The criticisms of you, Flakko, were for you being anti-black, you on the black community, you align.
So this is the shit that we be talking about, chat. When y'all come in here and try to say that all black people are the same, like Flakko, you look at Flakko, you think Flakko's just a black American. Well, no, he was talking shit about niggas. He was one of those niggas, got the Under Armour on, be wearing fucking Jordans and shit, snapbacks, and, you know, hanging around all the rappers and drinking lean and shit, and just trying to appropriate the culture. But turned around and just talk crazy about niggas. Calling niggas pookies and saying they in the food stamp lines, need to pick themselves up by their bootstraps, all while appropriating the culture. Now, Jew Almighty stepped in and checked the shit, and now Flakko is backpedaling. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was just ignorant, and I don't know. I haven't watched the interview, but I did see Poetik Flakko, a little clip of him like backpedaling. So we finna see if he stand on business or he backpedals. Now, like I tell y'all, the new thing to do is to double down. Is to actually double down. When we went and we looked at Clavicular, y'all remember we looked at Clavicular and we looked at Candace Owens' PR team. They have the same PR team. And after that came out, a lot of these creators and a lot of these personalities started taking that approach. When they get exposed or they have some controversy going, they lean into it. They kind of make a mockery out of it. They don't deny it. They don't, downplay it. They're like, okay, I fucking did it. Let's address it. And what? And I believe that's the route Flakko's gonna take. But I did see him apologizing. So I want to know how the apology's gonna go into him doubling down.
Aligning with white supremacists like Nick Fuentes, Trump, the fucking Proud Boys, which makes it look even crazier because it seems like you switched up when it stopped being cool to be MAGA.
With Nick Fuentes, bro, listen, bro, again, I completely dropped the ball.
And we ended up talking for about an hour, addressing just about everything in my video. So when editing this video, I did the best I could to streamline it a bit while keeping the context of the conversations together. That's like saying, yeah, I fuck with the KKK because they wear their sheets in public.
Yeah. That's the uneducated, naive version, right?
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it. What I want to do is just basically set the stage. Video came on my feed from Doku D. Shout out to him. He said he became a fan and a sub to your channel during the Chud the Builder saga, like a bunch of people did. And
Hey, y'all, who the fuck brought 10 deals to the damn barbecue, man? 10 deals. Who brought you in here, man? If y'all brought 10 deals in here, raise your hand, man. Because I'm about tired of 10 deals. I've been trying to let them rock out and just not block them and shit, but it's like, damn, 10 deals. Like, fuck, you in here, you obviously don't like black folks, but you still in here looking at me and two other niggas on the screen, and you just fucking throwing rocks. Like, you just throwing rocks, like bitching and complaining, clutching your pearls, man. Like, shit, are you all right? Do you have a hemorrhoid? Do you need some fucking cream or something?
And he saw, I think it was 2 videos by Point and Shoot, which addressed
What's up, Isaiah?
Anti-blackness, a lot of disrespect to the black community, a lot of glazing white supremacy and Trump and Nick Fuentes and the Proud Boys, which made me then do a deeper dive into the Point and Shoot videos. I'm gonna just be honest with you, as a black American that loves black people, that's raising black babies, that love black women, was very disturbing to see you just blatantly disrespect black people in the black community. You talk shit about the black community, you refer to us as Negroes nonstop, which is crazy because I haven't heard Negroes since white people was yelling.
Now, I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. When I hear black folks say Negroes and shit like that, and then it's like in front of people. Now, I know a lot of y'all aren't from the South, but it's a difference. You do shit in front of people, it's 10x, man. It's 100x, bro. Like, it's certain shit you can do when it's just us around, and then it's certain shit that you don't do around nobody. Now, if you in the fucking house, the motherfucker run around and be like, Negro, please, or something, all right. But when it's company around and shit, niggas be out here calling people, Negro this, Negro that. I'm like Officer Tatum. He does the shit. Poetik Flakko does. Like, what's up with these niggas, man? It's certain shit you don't do in front of company. It's just certain shit you don't do in front of company.
That shit in the 1960s. You wished death on black people. You said you hate niggas. You were glazing a racist white dude that was saying the N-word, saying he's the realest white boy ever. You wrote in a comment section calling black people pookies and talking about us standing in welfare lines and Section 8 lines. Just straight anti-black disrespect. Again, is disturbing for a lot of people that know you now, that see you now, and you're super pro-black, super supporting the black community against people like Officer Tatum and Candace Owens and all these people when you literally sounded like them 6 months, a year ago.
I am aware of the narrative, right? So, like, if you reference something from the first video and, like, I'm, like, a tad bit behind, is I'm playing, right? It's because I've seen the...
So what it was Flakko has been covering this Nolan Wells case, and like he said, he's super pro-black now, doing all this fight for the black community, but these creators are like, look, Flakko, just fucking last year you was kicking in the backs of blacks. Now that it's not cool to be MAGA anymore, your ass is just in here super pro-black and shit. And Flakko made a response video to that, but he didn't say anything about talking about black folks. Only thing he was saying is apologizing for being a conservative. And that's what I tell y'all. We be in here talking about some real shit, and y'all want to come in here talking about, oh, the Democrats did it and did it. Like, bro, we're not even talking about that shit now. And that's what Poetik Flakko did. He tried to ease the blow by deferring to, oh, I was just a conservative and I was ignorant and didn't know about what being a conservative was. No, nigga, that's not the problem. It's a lot of black conservatives that don't sit here and talk about niggas all day. Straight up.
Second video, which is the last one, right?
Okay, I'll completely stay off the first video. The second video I made, which I wasn't even going to make a second video, but the second video I made was in response to your apology, which in my opinion was a big ass non-apology. You addressed...
You say if someone would say I'm super pro-white, they would roast them to eternity. They just say I'm a white supremacist or I'm a white nationalist. Same fucking concept. I mean, damn. Same fucking concept. Well, not really. Pro-white, I guess that would be for the betterment of the white. Matter of fact, super pro-white is the replacement theory. Everybody out here talking about the replacement theory and all of that shit, that's super pro-white. Same damn thing.
That's being a conservative. You apologize for people being offended by some vague things that they may have been offended by. But in fact, the criticisms of you, Flakko, were for you being anti-black, you shitting on the black community, you aligning with white supremacists like Nick Fuentes, Trump, the fucking Proud Boys, which makes it look even crazier because it seems like you switched up when it stopped being cool to be MAGA.
So just a clip actually from 2024, right? When I left LA and then came back. While Trump was running against Kamala, like, right? And there's clips of me on like Don't Jumper News where I'm saying I'm voting for Kamala.
Like I said, I don't have a problem with black conservatives. Like I said, I'm from the South. I've never voted Republican in them, but black conservatives don't bother me. That shit doesn't bother me. It's the ones that just always want to talk about niggas. The ones that kick in the back of the black community all day. It's a panel. When I'm on the other apps and I do my panel debates and shit, it's a panel. And I sit on it with a black conservative every day. And we debate back and forth every day. Shout out OG Moses. We debate back and forth every day. But one thing for sure, he's a black conservative, but he's not finna sit there and talk about niggas all day. Like, he's still proud to be damn black. Like, so that's a misnomer. Like, just because you're a black conservative doesn't mean that you hate niggas. But that's the appearance, because the loudest voices in the black conservative movement seem like they hate niggas. The loudest voices do. It just seemed like they hate niggas.
Right, and this was like 2024, right? And then the second one, which is like the with the death upon a rapper. So again, like the specific people that I wish death upon, it was, I think it was Future, it was the street rappers. And the reason why I took a stance that harsh was because my thought process was, these people are leading our youth to a graveyard or jail. So my thought process was, again, and it might have been harsh as well, was I'm wishing the exact same thing upon them that they're causing to other black men and to our youth, right? Now, I do understand, like, out of context, like, that might be harsh, right? But that was my mindset. With like, Nick Fuentes, bro, listen, bro, again, I completely dropped the ball. The Nick Fuentes stuff, I think, was like 2022, 2023.
So if the Nick Fuentes was in 2022,
I think Flakko might be first generation, actually. He says his pops is Nigerian, so I think Flakko might be first generation.
2023, you said in your apology video that your wake-up call was the rise of white supremacy and white Christian nationalism.
Of
What's
course.
the timeline of that? Because 2023 and 2022, Nick Fuentes came out in 2017. The Groypers was out in 2017. The insurrection, January 6th, was 2021. Stephen Miller got exposed for having white supremacist emails on his server or database in 2015, 2016. And that expose came out in 2019, which means you were fully aware that white supremacy was on the rise, that white nationalism was on the rise.
No, right? And that's where I take accountability to my brother, was, again, bro, like, even if you...
And see, going back to that book, Organized Action, the modern framework, the framework for a modern political movement, we talked about that. I tell y'all, remember how many times we broke down those Nick Fuentes debates, and I told y'all, Nick has an ism. When it comes to the Nick's Groyper, and his version of the America First movement, that is an ism, Groyper-ism. And a lot of people don't understand that. Flakko is one of those people that didn't understand the ism behind it. He's seen a couple policy, a couple little things that sounded cool, but he didn't understand the ism, the underlying. And this is what's going on. This is why you got Jew Almighty checking them right now. It was identity before policy. That's what I'm telling y'all. The framework for a modern political movement is identity before policy. People want a reason to be inside of the room before policy is even spoken about. Poetik Flakko is sitting here admitting to it right now. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I thought it was. He's admitting to it. He got caught in the ism. The idea, the identity before policy. The identity before ideology. He got caught in that. Those are the things we cover in the book.
Watch that, like, you feel me, like, if you watch.
See, Isaiah, you said you don't agree with identity before policy. That's because you're not looking at it from the building a movement standpoint. When you're looking at it from the other end, yes, you want to be policy before identity. But when you're looking at it from building a movement, you got to be identity before policy, because a lot of these people won't understand policy. A lot of people don't understand policy. They don't understand all the moving parts that are going on. But what they do understand is identity. They understand, oh, something is wrong. They understand, oh, this happened to me, or this happened to a family member, or my children may go through this. So that's the identity. And the policy is learned later. Oh, okay, so now that I'm over here in this group, what is this group all about? That's where that's how you build a movement, especially in 2026, a modern movement.
Watch that Nick Fuentes stuff. Like, you can clearly hear it again, bro. Like, again, I was like completely like uneducated, ain't really know what's going on. With the Nick Fuentes stuff, again, I dropped the ball completely.
You said define movement, where something, basically where your ideology or your ism is carried when you're not in the room. Omnipresence. In order to have a actual movement, you have to have certain factors. Omnipresence is a big one. And the only way that you can truly be omnipresent is that your identity or your ideology has to be carried inside of rooms and inside of spaces that you are not. That's why I'm saying, and when you're building the movement, it's gonna be identity before policy. Because you have to have a certain level of omnipresence. You got to be able to get in these rooms. And if you get to talking too much, you get too long-winded, people's heads get to spinning. How the fuck can they go relay this message? They can't. Hell, they knew. But when you say something like, oh, America first, or you say something like, oh, in the Fed, or you say something, any of those terms, it's like, oh shit, that's something they can grab onto. That's something they can go talk to someone else about.
Because again, I heard about Nick Fuentes, I think in 2022 when he did, like, I think like Abba and Preach, when he did like Fresh and Fit, and during that interview, right, I asked those questions of, hey, are you racist? Hey, do you say the N-word, blah, blah, right? And he did a very great job.
What up, Cheryl? What up, Miss Bones?
And concealing his intentions. I dropped the ball. I should have been.
Listen, what did he just say? He did a good job at evading and concealing his intentions. Listen to him. I'm telling y'all, this shit is in the fucking book, bro. This shit is in the book. Poetik Flakko is a perfect example.
Fuentes stuff, again, I dropped the ball completely because, again, I heard about Nick Fuentes, I think in 2022 when he did, like, I think like Abba and Preach, when he did like Fresh and Fit, and during that interview, right, I asked those questions of, hey, are you racist? Hey, do you say the N-word, blah, blah, right? And he did a very great job at evading and concealing his intentions. I dropped the ball. I should have been, again, more educated. I didn't know who Stephen Miller was in 2019. Again, there's no excuse. I dropped the ball. And
you said, I think ideology lasts longer than identity. Identity in itself is decisive and leads to separation. Supremacy is an inevitable outcome. I disagree. Because we have terms like America First. America First isn't new. That's from the fucking early 1900s. You got terms like we use over here, politically homeless. That's not new. That's from the fucking 70s. You got terms like in the Fed. That's however many years old. This shit's not new. This shit's been around. We're damn near going into 120-something years of America First. And we just think it's new. A lot of people don't understand the history behind it. A lot of people come in here and hear me say, and I'm the voice of the politically homeless. They think this shit just started here. It didn't. Shit started in the 70s. This is just a new iteration of it. It's us.
And I was wrong. I was uneducated about a bunch of this shit, my brother, right? And that's on me for speaking on shit that I was unaware of, right? Like, I dropped the ball. But right hand of God, I did not know who Stephen Miller was in 2019. I heard about in Nick Fuentes when he did the album and Preach with the Aiden Ross with that whole little I think circuit, right? So again, that's my fault for speaking on shit that I was uneducated of. But again, bro, sincerely, they didn't know who who these people was in 2019 or 2022.
So the problem for a lot of people,
Yeah, of
talk
course.
specifically about Nick Fuentes, he has been attacking the black community and shitting on the black community since his arrival in 2017. You can literally just put in Nick Fuentes' name on Twitter in 2 seconds. Video will come up of him telling white people to avoid black people at all costs, and white people have every justification to be racist against us. So it's hard for anybody to believe that you were unaware of who these people were. But even if we take that at face value.
Sorry. Bro, and during that interview, right, bro, I tried. He ran circles around me. He ran circles around us. I genuinely tried to pin him on these things, and he ran circles around us, right? And he even like, and there was an audio like that dropped, I think yesterday or so, right? Where, and he said, yo, I conceal certain like opinions of mine to try to blend into like the mainstream more, right? And we went for it. We came and unprepared, and he ran circles around us. But if you watch that full-length interview, bro, I did try to ask like about those things. And at every turn, he was lying, being deceptive. Now looking back, he was lying, being deceptive, and damn near denied everything, right? I understand. I was wrong 1,000%, right? Again, bro, like there's no excuse, and there's nothing that I could give right now to justify that, right? All I can say, brother, is I had my wake-up call. I realized my faults, and I try to do better at some point. But that's no excuse for that era. Because again, bro, I was drastically uneducated. Watch the whole, watch the full shit, and you will see me ask those questions and him run laps, you know?
So if that's the case with the white supremacy, you had to be aware of who the Proud Boys were. Because they did the whole Charlottesville thing, 2020, something like that. You had to be aware of who the Proud Boys were, that they are fully anti-black. They're just a different version of neo-Nazis in the KKK. And you said you support.
Yeah, I really wasn't too familiar. Like, I knew about the Proud Boys, but I wasn't like in depth about what the hell the Proud Boys had going on. 2017, chat, I ain't gonna lie, I was on some other shit. I had some other shit going in 2017. Then 2020, y'all know the pandemic, like when they stormed the Capitol and all of this shit, I wasn't out for that. I was incarcerated for that. So yeah, I had to learn all of that shit on the back end.
For them and you fuck with them because they don't hide their politics, which is insane to say. That's like saying, yeah, I fuck with the KKK because they wear their sheets in public.
Yeah. That's the uneducated, naive version, right? It's like when people say, yo, I fuck with Trump because he is a known racist who makes it be known, right? It's like kind of like you feel me? It's like the devil that you know is better than right? Again, that's me being naive and saying, yo, these people are open and proud with their racism. I prefer this type and over this. But again, that's the naive me, not fully understanding like what that entails and what that means. And again, and that was a fucked up thing to say. And I was 1,000% wrong. I'm not running away from my personal accountability.
If you're not running away from your personal accountability, then why didn't you address that in your apology video, your non-apology video, where you didn't apologize for shit for real? You literally...
Because Poetik Flakko, this is the reason Poetik Flakko is apologizing and shit. Now, I'm just going to keep it all the way honest with you. It's the FBAs, bro. If the FBAs wasn't out here on one right now throughout YouTube, TikTok, and all of these communities boycotting shit, having people scratching their head with business, Flakko wouldn't give a fuck. Flakko know right now his ass is on the line with you almighty and these other people going back, breaking down these videos and shit. Motherfuckers are, listen, man. Flakko ass is trying to get back in good graces because he's talking about all this black power shit right now. That's the only reason he's even addressing this. Otherwise, he wouldn't give a fuck.
Really turned the conversation from genuine criticism about the things you could have addressed, which was super disappointing to most people. For anybody that still has faith in you, you turned it from that to make it a whole conversation about conservatism when the criticism was never about you being a conservative or any other black person being a conservative. Nobody black that's a conservative is anti-black. I get people may not agree with conservatism with black people, but that's like 20% of the black population. It's not a rarity to know black conservatives. So that's never the criticism.
All right, chat, do y'all think Trump is a racist? We got back-to-back comments talking about some Trump is not racist, and then the other person said, if you think Trump is racist, you're stupid. Is Trump racist? Who the fuck is spamming? Quit the spamming.
The criticism is aligning with Trump, glazing Trump the way.
Yeah, I ain't gonna open a panel tonight, Isaiah. We do panels on the weekends. I did a panel last night, And nobody really showed up except Top Cat and Ed. You know, Top Cat, Ed, and we had a couple new people, but none of the regulars really showed up for the panel.
You did.
I didn't see your first initial video. I didn't really get like a chance to see the full complaint before responding. I was responding back to like my chat saying, yo, we found this conservative pass and this conservative pass. And I said, oh shit, fuck. Cool. Let me just first address why I was conservative at some point, right, bro? If I had the opportunity to...
Hey, listen, y'all, I understand I asked the question, but please refrain from typing in all caps because my mods will delete your comment. Anybody typing in all caps, just so you know, my mods is going to delete your comment. You just type for no damn reason. You wasted your typing time because my mods going to delete that shit immediately.
To watch, I guess, like, you feel me, and all the complaints and like all the videos, I would have probably addressed them like specifically. I tend to avoid videos.
What up, Just Talking?
Right, where like I feel like, you feel me, like it's a hit piece. So I didn't really see like the full complaint or the full things that they were like talking about, but I tried to respond back to like my chat. I'm fully sorry for anything that was considered anti-black. That was not my personal intentions. You feel
it's
me?
All right, El.
Clearly, me looking back, I'm sure I wouldn't agree with that era of my life. So, bro, you're 100% right. It's probably like a best practice to watch the full thing, watch all the complaints, and then respond to them and like individually. But I didn't see those videos. I didn't quite like have anything to quite like go off of. I was just responding back to my audience saying, "Yo, we found this conservative pass."
Bro, your name is Hoodie McHudson. $14.99, and you said 85 IQ makes you sing Everybody Is Against You. You got on YouTube, you typed in your fucking username as Hoodie McHudson, and then you put $14.99 like this shit was on discount. Chill out, bro. Chill out.
Respond to it. I came online, I think like 30 minutes later after seeing you film those comments and like responded back. But all the shit, bro, that you just said, again, I 100% apologize for it.
Didn't keep a secret that, you know, you made 100,000 talking about Chud the Builder, and you were very critical about Chud the Builder. You've been critical about Officer Tatum, especially with the Nolan Wells case and all of that. The issue that people have is if you have a history of anti-blackness, if you have a history, literally, I can wishing death on black people, saying you hate niggas, letting a Asian or a Latino or white girl, whatever it is, say the N-word, and then tell her in a group of non-black people, yeah, I hate niggas too. We all hate niggas.
Wyatt, you got 1965 behind your name. You just heard me say, if you type in all caps, my mind's gonna get you up out of here, Wyatt. Now, Wyatt, you too damn grown to not be able to follow instructions, man. Like, come on, Wyatt. Shit, 1965, more nigga, like, damn.
But to be fair, though, with the, no, look, like that stuff again, brother. Like again, there's no excuse for it. Again, I'm not arguing. There's zero. Again, there is zero excuse for it. I'm not here to make.
Appreciate that, Wyatt. You see how Wyatt said that? Appreciate that, Wyatt. I read y'all comments. This is what I want y'all to get through. I'm not like a lot of these other streamers. I actually read the comments. I see what y'all are saying. Like tent deals. He wants some excitement, so we're gonna just get tent deals up out of here. Everybody say goodnight to tent deals because he doesn't play well with others. He wanted to get some attention, so we're gonna give him some attention and we're gonna escort him the fuck up out of here. Now, tent deals. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go brush your teeth, get your ass in the shower, and head to bed. Try this shit again tomorrow. Everybody say goodnight, tent deals. We're gonna get you the fuck up out of here, man.
Make excuses for it, brother. Like, I'm here to listen and learn. You feel me, right? Again, I was wrong, 1,000%.
The definition of a grifter, by definition,
of course,
is a con artist or swindler, someone who tricks people out of money or property through fraud, lies, and clever deception, which I think people at this point would view you as a grifter based on your very recent anti-blackness and white supremacist alignment. So again, when you're talking about people like Chud the Builder just got out and made a video about him. You're going to make more videos about him because now he's out. He's going to be live streaming talking about stuff. Officer Tatum is going to continue his raccooning and tap dancing.
But bro, like with the, again, if people want to call me a grifter, again, I cannot argue with them for having their opinion based on what they saw. I made videos about Chud, like first, right? Because again, I disagree with.
Now, I agree with Poetik Flakko there. Like, you can't change people's opinion, because I'm going to be all the way honest with you. Poetik Flakko could have got on this bitch and damn near said anything, and I wouldn't have gave a fuck. Hey, man, I wouldn't have gave a fuck. He could have tried to clean this shit up with some damn Fabuloso, and I wouldn't have cared, nigga. So he is right there.
That meant going around calling black folks the N-word with the hard R. I made videos about Tatum because I disagree about his stance on Nolan Wells, right? I think Nolan Wells was murdered. And these two things weren't like overly like strategic things. No, like I believe that Chud the Builder, right, was wrong, right? I disagree with like that behavior. I disagree with Tatum and what he did. So I'm making videos on what I disagree upon.
But the hypocrisy is you disagree with Chud the Builder, for instance, being a white guy going around saying the N-word, but you supported a white guy saying the N-word when you wore no jumper. So again, the alignment is off.
But people grow.
I've never experienced that. I've never let a white person say the N-word around me. I've never supported anybody that was against my people, which is the reason that a lot of black people vote Democrat, because
the thing about it is he didn't identify as black. That's the thing, man. It wasn't cool for him to be black then. He was around, you know what I mean? He was with Adam, he getting money, he came from North Dakota or wherever he came from, flew out to LA and shit. It didn't fucking matter. Now it matters. It matters to the damn bottom line right now. Straight up.
Republicans are overtly just out front racist.
I was 100% wrong, right, for everything that you just said. But I'm telling you, I made a video about Chud, right? Because I disagreed with him going around calling black people the N-word, right? Bro, I had my personal wake-up call, and I educated myself. I disagree with Chud, so I talked about Chud. I disagree with Tatum, so I talked.
You was running around calling niggas Tyrones and Pookies and saying that all they do is wait in the fucking EBT line and shit. What do you mean you didn't know?
Like about him, right? Those were my personal disagreements, right? So again, like if folks do want to say, hey, man, and I think you a grifter, proof to us you're not, that comes with time. Like, I'm not arguing with that, right?
You don't think that comes with actually addressing what people are calling you a grifter for, though?
And people say, yo, Flakko, I think you a grifter, fuck you. And I'm saying, listen, I understand. Trust me, I'll be skeptical too. I understand, right? Like, my job, brother, is to do better, and that comes with time. I'm not here to say, hey, man, F you guys. No, listen, I understand how people view me. I understand how it looks. I'm here to hold myself accountable and say, hey, I'm gonna do better. I can't take back what I did in the past. Again, I was young and dumb thinking, right, that the way to like prosper is to grab yourself up and by the bootstrap, not understanding that shit don't work, right? So again, like that's me saying, yo, I was young, dumb, and uneducated. I take responsibility. Time will tell, right? Like what my character is.
Taking accountability means taking accountability. I'm gonna just put this in the simplest terms for the chat and everybody else. If I punish my kids and I'm wrong or I overreact in the punishment or I snap, I literally sit down with them and be like, I am sorry for snapping on you. You didn't deserve it.
Yeah, of course.
This is how I feel. It won't happen again. Yeah. You did not address anything on your own, not without being called out. If you made a drastic turn,
oh, man, Chad, I can't wait, bro. We're about probably like 6 months to a year away till we start having these sit-downs and shit, man. Once we get about like 75K, I'm just finna start reaching out to these creators like, come on over here, man. We need to go and fucking talk. Let's talk about this shit, man. Straight up, man. We get about 20 more K in this bitch, I'm finna start talking crazy, bro.
Which is very drastic to go from pro-MAGA, pro-Trump, white supremacy, Proud Boys, to all of a sudden being against all of those things and now calling out people like Chud the Builder. I feel like there should have been a time for, as much as you're online, you do a lot of content, where you say, you know what? I had an awakening, my political alignment changed. I realized these people are my enemies. You never addressed anything. You just popped up.
Well, that's not true though. If you watch my content, bro, right? Bro, I've talked about me being pro-Trump at some point and then turning pro-Trump, even on No Jumper with those clips, right, bro? On the Thursday show, bro.
Y'all saying why? Listen, the reason I said we need like 20 more K to start talking crazy, because right now they think we just gonna be haters. They just gonna look at us like some hating ass motherfuckers. Once we get about 70K, motherfucker take us serious. You know what I'm saying? Be serious, like, oh shit, this nigga Plugs over there talking.
Bro, like there's multiple times where I came on and spoke on, why I've turned against Trump, like, right? Like, why, like, I'm supporting Kamala. Again, and it was like a slow turn, but like, even in like my videos and on my channel, bro, I've spoke on, like, I was once this, I once believed this. I had to have a wake-up call once, again, it clicked to me that it's not about policies. These people don't want to see people like me exist. And that was my wake-up call, right? Now, in terms of the actual apology, I dropped the ball in that regard because I rushed after seeing my fans leave a comment saying, address your conservative past. I came on and addressed that.
There's another thing. So when it comes to being black and proud and loving blackness and being pro-black.
Ain't nobody say address your conservative past, bro. Poetik, Flakko, nobody said that. Nobody said address your conservative past, bro. Not one person.
Black. It is the appreciation of everything that makes us us. So when you're on these videos and discussing white people the way that you do, it is harmful to black people in general. When you're saying stuff like this comment, because it's basically taken directly off the video, that good white skin, that good white man, white beautiful face, white skin, be proud, and talking about, this good white man going to give us money, willing to sell your soul to white people. Again, it puts back in context of the grifter label, because how can anybody believe anything that you say being genuine?
Damn, I didn't know he said all that.
People who, not all white people are bad, but when we're discussing white supremacy, it's white people.
And to be fair though, like if like you like watch my live streams, right? Even like before the situation, things like the good white man and God bless the white man, right? Like again, like those are things that like I kind of use like tongue in cheek, and it's like hard for me to like distinguish between like, for example, right, like there's like 1,000 clips, right, of me saying, like good white man, right, in like a tongue in cheek, like like God bless the white man, right. Again, like I've said those things in my videos.
Directly comes from Uncle Ruckus, who did nothing but praise white people,
and that was the point, though.
Black people. You understand why that's a harmful point to be making, especially on a white platform. No Jumper is owned by a white dude.
Fair, you not wrong. I thought it was funny in a moment. Now looking back, it's not. I'm just telling you, like at that point, like shit, like God bless the white man, good white man, right? Like those are things that I just, you feel me, like found like tongue in cheek. Again, looking back, it was poor taste. You feel me? Yeah.
So I want to rewind a little bit. In your apology video, specifically, you referenced your father, who is a staunch conservative. My question is, which was my question in the video about the apology, is your father anti-black? I really want to know where the anti-blackness stems from. We always have these discussions about diaspora, this, that, and the third, that immigrants are raised to be anti-black and against black Americans. So is your father, were you raised being anti-black? Because it definitely existed.
Yeah, right. No, bro, listen, bro. Like at that, listen, bro. Like I truly didn't think I was anti-black, right? I think in reference to the article, like that was me actually trying to do like a poor job at trying to like articulate like what I think was the solutions, right? Now, is my dad anti-black? Like, I'll be real, bro. Like my dad like left America. He left between like 2009 and like 2012. I don't think he was anti-black, right? Like, and he was like a staunch like conservative. He's he's like a Trump supporter. But would I say like he's anti-black? Like outside of like his love for Trump, like that's probably like the only like side-eye, like sketchy, you feel me? Like,
at least what I'm hearing from you, your upbringing could have 100% been anti-black, and you're not acknowledging it because you didn't see it that way, because you didn't see yourself as anti-black. But you still brought that into a white man's company at No Jumper and the content space in general.
Like, and I would say like, probably like, again, like my environment probably shaped that, right? When I think about like anti-black, right? I'm thinking about like things like, hey, don't hang out with those people, right? And he never said that. It's weird. He was Pan-African. So that I know for sure. He was like a Pan-African, but he's like a heavy conservative. So I wouldn't say he was anti-black, but he is a staunch conservative. Now, my views, again, man, it comes from like my particular environment. And once I left and got to LA, I became, hey, I don't fuck with Trump. Or even back in like 2022, bro, listen, bro, like when I got to No Jumper, the first thing I did was brought on Tariq Nasheed and Young Pharaoh. So I thought I was doing my part and doing something for my people on that platform by bringing on some conscious brothers, you know?
I hear you. I have a very strong disdain for anti-blackness, which is why I don't and will never fuck with anybody like Andrew, aka Myron, because he is anti-black without being a black American. That would extend to you. You're from Liberia, but you've displayed a lot of anti-blackness. My question is, why would anybody black believe you or rock with you or listen to your content critiquing anybody else that's anti-black or racist against us when it seems like you don't fuck with us?
I feel like the people who watch me every day, they know my stances and where I stand when it comes to riding for my people. I had the unfortunate experience of having to grow and learn in the public eye, right? And I grew and I did learn. Again, I don't consider myself an anti-black. I'm not anti-black. But even during, the film, like the Nick Fuentes interview though, I try to press him on the things that I thought like actually mattered. He just ran circles around me, right? So bro, man, listen, man, I do implore people to watch the full thing. I did ask these same questions you're asking right now. I did ask, but again, I was uneducated and he ran circles around me, right?
See, the issue with that is I remember that timeline. I remember the circuit that Sneeko took Nick Fuentes on because Sneeko was the one platforming Nick Fuentes, who was banned everywhere at that time. And at that time, Nick Fuentes was not hiding who he was. He
did though. Watch that interview though. Again, Nick Fuentes lied. Listen, he lied to our faces during that interview. We were not equipped with the information we have right now. But if you watch that interview, I asked those questions and he lied. His strategy was during that circuit was to conceal the opinions that he believed was polarizing and over the top.
He was on stream saying he didn't believe in race mixing, and they clowned.
No, he didn't. Not at that time. See, Flakko's capping. Nick Fuentes has tried to take that stance, but he only did that shit when he went mainstream. Like when he started getting the mainstream. He didn't even do that shit with Piers Morgan. So I know he didn't do that shit with y'all over there. No jumper, Flakko. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. When he sat down with Tucker Carlson, he kind of did that shit. But that way, if he didn't do it with Piers Morgan, I know for a fact he didn't do that shit at No Jumper. Cut it out.
Sneeko for defending him because Sneeko is mixed race.
During that circuit specifically, when he was canceled, he did come with digestible versions of like his arguments, and he fooled a lot of people.
I understand you saying you were out of the loop on his content. He spammed the N-word nonstop. You can go on Twitter or any platform that he was still on. He still does it till this day. Black people around.
You said Nick ain't wrong. Nick is wrong. Nick got a lot of things that's all right, but Nick is wrong. It's an ism. And once you peel back the layers of that ism, you will see where the fundamentals are totally off. Y'all, a lot of people think this America First shit is brand new. This shit stems from the 1900s. Go search the original America First movement. Search that shit up. See where the foundation lays. Go look at the 2026 Groyperism. See, that's what y'all got to differentiate. America First is the public facing. That's the client facing model. The Groyperism, that's the backbones. That's the meat and potatoes. That's the ism. Y'all got to study the ism. So I'm just telling y'all about identity before policy and shit. Study the ism. Your ass got pulled in by the identity and didn't study the policy. You studied a little bit of the policy. You liked that part. You gravitated towards the whole movement under the guise of it being America First when it's really Groyperism.
Which I guess in this instance you would be, I have a black friend that allows me to say the N-word. Yeah. Why racist people like Chud the Builder then think they can say the N-word, which is even more ridiculous because Chud the Builder looks up to Nick Fuentes. He wants to be accepted into the Groypers. It's hard to pull any of this away without seeing the hypocrisy of even platforming somebody like Nick Fuentes back when he was banned everywhere, and that leading to a Chud the Builder who now you're making $100,000 a month off of. It is the definition of a grift.
Yes, Poetik Flakko is, I believe, from Dakota, one of the Dakotas. But his parents are immigrants. I know his dad for sure is. I don't know about his mom. So I believe he's first generation.
Again, bro, I definitely understand where you're coming from in terms of it's hard to believe that you changed based on the things that we saw from the past. I'm telling you, when I covered Chud the Builder, I covered it because
Chud just got out on bond too, y'all. They said 10 different bail bondsmen covered $100,000 apiece, and Chud got out.
I believe that Chud the Builder was wrong for going around calling black people the hard N-word and trying to fight them?
As far as black people go, I'm gonna just say black Americans, but as far as black people go, there has always been house niggas and field niggas. There has always been people that stood with black people and black people that did not stand with black people, that still with white people, that still white supremacists, that sided with oppressors against us. We've seen that a lot coming.
This is the thing though, Precious, you said Grouperism doesn't like map onto grown-ass adults, though. That's some 4chan shit people with mortgages don't fuck with. You would be surprised. You would be surprised because there's an ism behind it. When I say the ism, what does he say? He wants 100,000 young white men to lay low, keep their mouths quiet, learn skills that are compoundable, learn skills that compound, study the maybe arts or music and shit, get into politics and take over the country. That is an ism. That is a long-term roadmap. That has nothing to do with America First. I'm just going to be honest with you. America First is the client-facing model. There's some other shit going on underneath. That's all I'm saying.
Coming from different immigrant groups, which is also a problem. So for you to have a history of siding with the oppressor, with white supremacists, with racists, with Nick Fuentes, with the Proud Boys, and you being an immigrant on top of that and talking down on black Americans, there will be some people that are permanently turned off by you and your content, no matter who you expose or what you do. It's not even an anger thing. This is a hurtful thing that somebody that a lot of people thought represented them. It's hard if you're not black to understand the depth of betrayal of a black person that you trusted, that you extended trust to, for all this shit to come up and them be dogging your people. Really was calling them Negroes behind their back and Pookies and Ray Rays and letting white people call them niggers, because that's what it comes down to. But then not even take accountability for it on their own terms. So I get everything you're saying. I appreciate you for reaching out to me. I appreciate you for having a conversation. But I did just want to share this video. Like I said, it is a very streamlined version. The full conversation was like an hour. So please.
Yeah, it was a long convo. We not finna watch all of that. But yeah, Jew basically told Flakko, I don't fuck with you, nigga, in so many words.
Why would we call Seatow if we have a dead body on the boat? I mean, why would we call the Coast Guard? You know, why would we do the things we did?
All right, chat, we got to get the lights up in here. We're going to get into the Nolan Wells situation before we cover a couple other things, but we have to get the likes up. Matter of fact, let me check where the likes is at, because I just know we ain't hit the like goal. I can tell because the numbers are down. We ain't in 1,000 people. We had 160 likes. That's terrible, chat. I'm not gonna lie, that's terrible, man. Reach out and touch your neighbor and tell your neighbor to hit the like button, man. Double tap that screen. Shut a live out. Say, neighbor, hit the like button. Damn.
If we know we killed somebody.
You don't hear about the pool party because it was on June 27th. You don't hear about anything else that was mentioned. Thousands of lies. And now, the audio comes back and all of a sudden we can hear Nolan yelling in the background, screaming, we're screaming about how he's dead. That's just a complete lie.
If you just murdered your best friend on an island, the dumbest thing you could do
Gito.
would be to call the Coast Guard.
So before we get into this, do y'all think Officer Tatum is being fair or is Officer Tatum running cover? Let me know, is Officer Tatum being fair or is Officer Tatum running cover? Double tap that screen, shut a live out. We're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Be sure to subscribe to the channel.
What is your thoughts on that phone call to Seatow? Some people have gone out and done enhancements to the audio, and in doing that, created a...
So I watched the video earlier, chat, of that lady from TikTok that's been doing all the breakdowns on this. And she said this lawyer, I seen a picture of this guy. And he don't look nothing like this, man. I'm just going to be honest with you. They're saying he's from New York, but he put on these clothes so he could kind of look, more down to earth like the boys. The hat that he has on is a law firm that he's working with. It's not even his shit. It's some adjacent law firm, allegedly, speculation. And I don't know, man. It's looking like this was a media play. Basically saying that, posturing like, hey, y'all don't shut the fuck up, we're going to get your channels taken down. Y'all don't shut the fuck up, we're going to sue you. And this is Trump's lawyer, but he's also has this hat on. I thought this hat was like a sports team or something, but no, that's some business partners, allegedly.
The transcript manually. It doesn't appear that the transcript was derived from an automated system or have any, in my opinion, real integrity with it. What are your thoughts, first, you guys, on the audio, and then I'll get to you, Ed, on could that be a defamatory area the way it was produced? So what do you guys think about that audio?
Well, I can go ahead and say that as you posted that clip of all of us on the boat, you know, as it's rolling, not rolling, but right there sitting in the water.
Yeah, that's the one where if you zoom in, you can see the damn hand, remember? This is the video. Let me see if I can see the damn hand. Hold on. Let me see if I can see this damn hand.
Go ahead and say that.
Hold on.
The way it was produced. So what do you guys think about that audio?
Well, I can go ahead and say that as you posted that clip of all of us on the boat, you know.
Boom, there it go right there. Y'all seen it? Did y'all see it? 123, go back to 120. Did y'all see whatever popped up? Y'all see it right there in the middle, in between the two guys. One guy's on the phone right there. Y'all see their hand pop up, or I ain't gonna say it's a hand, but something popped up, allegedly. Speculation. Hold on, let me go to it. Y'all see that shit pop up, watch it.
As you posted.
Hold on, it's coming. Right here, boom. You see it's nothing there. It's nothing there right there in between them. Now watch something pop up. Boom, something popped up. What the hell is that? I wish the play button wasn't in the damn way, but what the hell is that? What the hell is that popped up, man? Let me zoom this shit in. Let me zoom this shit in, man. What the hell is that? That shit just was not there. Look, it's not there. Boom, popped up. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? We don't know. Only thing we can do is speculate at this point on what it is. We do not know what that is. I wish somebody would ask. I wish somebody would say, hey, and go frame by frame and say, you see, it's not there, but then it's there. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? The hell is that, chat? What the hell is that? I'm gonna play it one more time, man. Chat, what do y'all think it is?
All of us on the boat, you know, as it's rolling.
I just don't know what it is. I can't say it's a hand or a foot. I can't say it's a handle. I can honestly say I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what the fuck that is, Chad. I honestly don't know what that is. That is interesting.
Not rolling, but right there sitting in the water. Wyatt's on the phone with Seatow in that clip. I mean, he's on the phone. Wouldn't you think that you would have seen Nolan on the bottom of on the floor or something?
That's what we trying to say, nigga. You damn right. That's what we trying to say. What the fuck is that? And he talking about, don't you think you would have seen Nolan on what? Whoa. Allegedly speculation on GTA. What? That threw me off, Chad. What? It ain't no damn way. I just seen
Wyatt's on the phone with Seatow in that clip. I mean, he's on the phone. Wouldn't you think that you would have seen Nolan on the bottom of on the floor or something?
What the fuck? That is interesting. That is crazy. Where is Dwayne at? That is crazy.
But right there sitting in the water. But right there sitting in
about that audio.
But as you posted that clip of all of us on the boat, you know.
Boom. And then he gonna say, "Don't you think you would have seen him on the bottom of the bottom of the what? What the hell is that? Tell us it's a handle or something. Tell us it's something. I just tell us what it is. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is."
As it's rolling, not rolling, but right there sitting in the water. Why it's on.
You said that's from the dude pulling the rope? How? All right, so explain that. How is that from the guy pulling the rope? Explain that.
On the phone with Seatow in that clip. I mean, he's on the phone. Wouldn't you think that you would have seen Nolan on the bottom of on the floor or something? Or scrambling around, or everybody in a pot, like in a small space on the boat looking at him or something. I mean, it's just so crazy to think that, why would we call Seatow if we have a dead body on the boat? I mean, why would we call the Coast Guard?
Okay, y'all say it's a buoy. They're saying it's a buoy, chat, tied to the rope. Okay. We'll keep that in the pocket, man. We'll keep that and we'll pocket that.
You know, why would we do the things we did if we know we killed somebody? And then another following up on that is, why aren't we in jail yet? I mean, we're not geniuses. There's no way we could have done a murder. I mean, there's no way we could have covered it up, especially out there with that many people. Go ahead.
I think, especially about the Seatow call, I think people, regardless of who it is going to believe what they want to hear. I think half these people, or not half these people, but some of these people, you can't.
You can see him itching and moving. He want to say something, but see, he's not a criminal lawyer. He ain't got nothing to do with that. He's only the defamation lawyer. But look how fidgety he gets after he said that shit. He like, man, why the fuck would you say that?
I think, especially about the Seatow call, I think people, regardless of who it is going to believe what they want to hear. I think half these people, or not half these people, but some of these people you can't convince, regardless. They're going to believe what they want to believe. If they want to believe that my friends and I had something to do with Nolan dying, then they're going to believe that regardless of what you put out. But you put out, Brandon, that a clip of the boat when Wyatt was on the phone with Seatow, and it is boldly clear that Nolan was not on the boat with us. You can literally almost see down to the deck. And as you can see in that picture, everybody is completely casual while Wyatt's on the phone with Seatow. Yeah, we were scrambling around trying to get the boat fixed, but the guys were, in the video,
hit the like button, chat,
on the bow. If there was someone dying on the boat, why would everybody just be sitting there waiting to either get towed in, or in the first place, like Jack said, why would Wyatt call Seatow? It's crazy. The reason we turned down Coast Guard is, why would we call Coast Guard if Seatow could pull us in? But we fixed the boat and we ran into Fort Bayou, and that's it. The Seatow call was completely enhanced, and these people just want to believe what they want to hear. And that's exactly what they're doing. So it's just crazy to me that people have tried to twist this and twist the audio. When we came out with the first interview, it debunked half these lies, and now you don't hear about any of it. You don't hear about the pool party because it was on June 27th. You don't hear about anything else that was mentioned. Thousands of lies. And now, the audio comes back, and all of a sudden we can hear Nolan yelling in the background, screaming, we're screaming about how he's dead. That's just a complete lie. And it's another lie to push this narrative that people don't want to turn down. It's insane to me.
Sorry to interrupt. I know you're enjoying this incredible interview. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Opportunity to say what you would want to say to people regarding what you're saying are lies that have been told about you. and I could start here and we'll go all the way down to, and we'll end with you, Ed. But Morgan, if you had an opportunity to have this projected to everybody in the United States of America, many people who have made statements about you and about what occurred that day, what would you say to them? Like just a 30-second, this is what you would want to convey.
I mean, first I would say that, I mean, it's proven in evidence that they're all lies. I think that most of these people are just going to, I say most of these people, a lot of these people that have posted stuff out there, they've just been lies backed by no evidence. And if I had one thing to say to them, I'd say do your research before you go out saying something that's not true, that could hurt someone. Just do your research. I mean, it's easy. All you have to do is just scroll like they do all day long and find the evidence that's right in front of their face. And I mean, it'll prove its own facts.
I could say I would want to add on to that, do the proper research. Sort through all the lies. I mean, and a lot of these stuff, like you can just tell straight off the bat it's lies. And for one, it's defaming us. And for two, it makes you look like a dummy. I mean, like, you're just saying stuff, just pulling it out of who knows where, and you just look like an idiot on your phone making this TikTok or whatever. Do your research, man. Like, if you can't simply do that, don't get on your phone and start making a video.
It's just kind of concerning me with like how people have the time of day to just make up complete lies out of something that they have no evidence of and to post on social media to put other people down. It's insane to me, like how like just people push this and, you know, want to make this a story that it's absolutely not. I don't know what happened to Nolan. My friends don't know what happened to Nolan. But for people to come around and say, oh, this happened for a fact, and I know this, and there's no telling me otherwise, then that's just stupid. You have no, like, half these people that are saying all these crazy things on the internet, those lies have already been debunked. There's evidence supporting this is a lie. Like, why are you still saying this? These people just.
All right, so they have valid points. So Warren's saying that all of these stories and lies have been debunked up to the first point. And now people are focusing on the audio and other things. Some things that I can name are the GPS, the logs, and like I said, the audio. So is what Warren's saying valid? Is what he's saying valid? Should people just fall back from this shit and leave it alone? Thank you, Najee, for the $2 super chat. Thank you for always showing up and supporting me, Najee. Everyone, if you're a first timer, press 1. If you're an OG to the channel, let everybody in the chat know how long you've been a part of the channel. Thank you, Najee, for always coming through and showing support.
Just have no idea what they're talking about, and it's very clear because a lot of these people just speak without thinking and post stuff without thinking. But at the end of the day, it just looks really stupid on their page and whatever they're posting on. But it's just sad. Like, people really take the time out of their day to post a bunch of BS lies on a bunch of 19 and 20-year-olds who have never done anything to hurt anyone and, loved their friend. Like, I love that man more than anybody. And like, so did all of my friends. And it's absolutely horrible that these people want to come on and push this narrative that we had something to do with this or we killed our best friend. It's just sick to me, Brandon. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, this might be too long, but I have a few things I need to add. First of all, with respect to Warren, if you just murdered your best friend on an island.
Thank you, LaDonna, for hitting 4 months. LaDonna says she's been part of the channel for 4 months. Tyler say 46,000 subs. Tyler, you've been around a little longer than that. Maybe you just would come in and leave and shit. Maybe you didn't know it was me, but I remember seeing your name way back, Tyler.
Island. The dumbest thing you could do would be to call the Coast Guard. To call a federal law enforcement agency and tell them, hey, can you guys go out?
See, you didn't know I was going to say your name like that right on the first time, did you, Sade? See, you didn't know that. You thought I was going to butcher your name, Sade, didn't you? Didn't you? I know it, yeah.
and check out this island and look for Nolan.
What's up, Raheed?
Well, that's exactly what Warren.
I got your message. You see what I'm doing, nigga? Did you see what I'm doing, nigga? Listen, chat. Raheed want to message me and ask am I still up. Now he comes in the live stream telling me to check my phone. Nigga, you looking at me, man. You know what to do, man. Looking at me, man. You looking at me, man.
Did. Warren called the Coast Guard. And that is one of many very compelling facts. He got back and he called the Coast Guard. Does that sound like a guilty man to you? All right, now these are all American young men, incredible young men. And they did a lot more than just that. I won't go through all of it now, but they did a lot of heroic things after the fact. And they did the best they could. And they tried for their dear friend. All of their actions are the actions of innocent men, not guilty.
Now, Andrew says, shut the fuck up and play the video. He's so mad he misspelled shut the fuck. He misspelled shut the fuck. He put it all one word. Now, I'm going to tell you like this, Andrew. Somebody must then whoop your ass growing up. But this what you going to do when you come in here. You going to sit the fuck down and you going to shut the fuck up. And you going to watch the program, Andrew, or you can get the fuck out. We'll call your ride to come pick you up. I don't like watching your little badass anyway. What the fuck wrong with you?
And again, they are categorically, completely, and totally innocent. All right, but that's not the end of it. I'll say this again. If you lied, you won't be able to hide. If you lied, you won't be able to hide. And you're gonna be held accountable. And if you lied about these fine young men, these good Ocean Springs people, you're gonna be held accountable. You're gonna be sued. I tell you, there are gonna be lawsuits because we have already identified some of the worst offenders. And it may have felt good for them in the moment, instant gratification, sugar high. They got their sugar high, but long after that sugar high wears off, they're gonna find themselves in court and it's going to be excruciatingly painful. The only thing I can say about that is it won't be quite as painful as what they did to Morgan, Jax, and Warren.
So Ed, I got one question for you because the way you guys articulate the defamation, obviously, if someone puts out online lies, knowingly and intentionally do them, knowing that they're lies, in part, that's a part of the defamation. But is the racial component, because when someone goes out and says things without evidence, projecting that this was a racial encounter, is that a part of this defamation, or does that not count as far as your tactics on defending them or defending their honor, I guess, in this situation?
That man said defending their honor.
Well, one thing that we're never gonna do is we're never gonna speculate and we're never gonna guess like some other folks who got their sugar highs and are sucking up all the oxygen in the room for now, and they'll have their day in court. But we can talk about what might motivate people. And I won't talk about any particular people because I am not inside their head right now. But I can tell you that racism for profit is a major factor here. And we don't have to name names. But racism for profit, generating outrage for profit, in the end, it's all about money. And we don't even have to think about whether the racism that these people are talking about is real or fake or anything like that. It's racism for profit.
Here we
it's
go.
Part of the motive. But when you have offenders who defame innocent young men, fine innocent young men, upstanding young men, it might be a constellation of motives. Profit, animus, stupidity, ignorance. Maybe they just don't like evidence. See, we really like evidence here. Tyler Cox really likes evidence. I really like evidence. Morgan, Jax, Warren, we really like evidence. And that's the difference between the other guys and us. And we have evidence. We have the receipts, we have the goods, and we're going to be presenting it in court. And I will say, once we present it in court, we're going to say, now you can't leave.
Do you think that the other side, because I've seen through social media that there's a preparation of lawsuits against the boys.
Here we go.
Is there merit, according to your knowledge in this space, is there merit to pursuing lawsuits against them?
I am so glad you asked that question, because I can answer that question definitively and unequivocally. Anybody who sues Jax, Warren, or Morgan, they're going to end up paying our attorney's fees. Guaranteed. Any lawsuit, and I'm going to warn anyone right now, anybody who is thinking for 1 second about suing these fine young men, these good Ocean Springs people, you're going to pay their attorney's fees. You're going to lose. You're going to get annihilated. You're going to get crushed. You have nothing. And here's the beauty of it. We know you have nothing because we actually have the evidence. We know what happened. And I'll just say it like this. We have a pair of aces and you have 2-7 offsuit.
So with all the negative that's going on, obviously there's been positive that I've seen that have come y'all's direction. I felt like when Warren came out and did the interview the first time, of course, a lot of people decided to say a lot of negative things, but then there's a tremendous amount of people that were very supportive and thankful that they had a chance to hear the other side. So what are y'all's thoughts and feelings on the other side of this, where people have been supportive? Kind of what are your thoughts on that? What have you experienced in that area?
I want to start off and just say that has helped us tremendously through this. One, mentally knowing that there are people on our side that are here to help and want to help and are actually helping with the online stuff. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has made a video on the positive side of things and showing the actual facts and debunking a lot of false information and giving to the gifts and go. Yeah, that's.
How much is this give, send, go race? Man, listen, I was going to say I think Officer Tatum got paid for this, but I don't even think he got paid for it, Chad. I think he just did this willingly. They have raised $167,924 from their give, send, go. The goal is now $200,000. That's crazy. 200 bands.
That's another really big one. Thank you so much for that, giving to the gifts and go. That means a lot, more than you could ever imagine.
Oh, and he said giving to the gifts and go. Who's giving to the gift? Oh, he's talking to the people, because I was finna say Officer Tatum said that he wasn't giving to either one of the gifts and goes until everything had came out. He stated that he's not donating to either GoFundMe, gifts and go, until the case is resolved. But so I think he's saying thank you to the people who have donated.
Debunking a lot of false information and giving to the gifts and go. Yeah, that's another really big one. Thank you so much.
What's up, Marvin? OG.
That means a lot, more than.
Chad, Marvin or OG for sure. Marvin was on the channel before I had a channel, if you know what I mean. Marvin was on the channel when I used to StreamYard and connect my StreamYard to Moneyway's channel. That's how long Marvin been around. Before this channel was a channel, Marvin was looking around in this motherfucker, man. What's up, Marvin?
You could ever imagine.
Yeah, Morgan.
I just want to say thank you to all the people out there. I personally went through and looked at all the, there's a prayer thing. You can say a prayer on there. And I personally went through and looked at all the prayers, and I'm just really appreciative of all the people that I know that have our backs and have supported us through all of this. It's really helped us out.
That's great.
you know, obviously I want to give thanks. My friends and my family really appreciate it. I mean, it's hard to get by every day without having a group of people behind you. And it really helps my friend and I's, especially like mental state, mental side of things, you know, knowing that we have a community behind us that is willing to stand for us and stand for the truth. And, you know, we can't thank them enough. Like, seriously, with, you know, like Morgan said, the prayers and just even the money and the give, send, go. It's just, it's a blessing from the Lord. And, you know, we can't thank everybody enough. Seriously, it's been more than enough. So
Ed, what are your thoughts on this? I know you see the outpouring of support for the boys. I know that obviously with your credentials, you're taking on this case, which is a huge undertaking, representing multiple young people in this, with so many people that you have mentioned that could be possibly going to get sued in this. So what would you like to say to the people about this?
Well, the most important thing is that these three outstanding young men who are completely innocent are worth standing behind. It's worth standing behind them. It's worth supporting them, because these three gentlemen here, they're going to go out into the world and they're going to do incredible things for society, right? These are three young men who want to help people and who are going to help people. They're just wonderful souls, wonderful human beings. So if you want someone to support, if you're looking for someone to support, and if you're looking for people who tell the truth and like evidence and common sense, you should support these guys, not the other guys who traffic in lies. All right, now there's a Give, Send, Go page, right? Those donations are very important. We have an incredible legal team. I'm very, very privileged to be working with Tyler Cox, called Cox, right? Is that right? So, but we're going to be bringing powerhouse lawsuits, absolutely powerhouse. But, right, it does require support, and any support is greatly appreciated. But there are also things that people can do that have nothing to do with money. All we're asking people to do is embrace reality, embrace common sense, and don't give in to your worst impulses. Do the research. Read. Look at the evidence, right? Start judging credibility. And look at the respective motivations, the motives on both sides, right? On one side, you have some folks who maybe are not motivated by such great things. But what we have on our side and why you should support us, one word for you. My favorite word, which is virtue. We've got virtue, all right? We've got the honesty. We've got the integrity, right? We're doing the right thing here. Honesty, integrity, that's us. Honesty, integrity, and the truth. And those are very high virtues. And that's why you should support these.
How much, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do y'all trust Trump's ex-lawyer? How much do y'all trust Trump's ex-lawyer? How much do you guys trust Trump's ex-lawyer? On a scale of 1 to 10, everyone double tap the screen, shut a live out. We're also 40 likes away from the next like goal and 23 subscribers away from the next sub goal. We go live every single night over at 10 p.m. Central Time, talking politics, current events, and entertainment. Please subscribe to the channel.
These incredible young men.
Well, thank you guys for agreeing to do an interview. I really, the purpose, and I think you guys can agree to this or lament to it, that the purpose is just to get the message out there. You know, I'm not an investigator in this case. I've done this for a living for a very long time. I know.
Cheryl says they're all holding their hands in the same manner, so they've been coached.
When people are lying and when they're not. And I want the world to know the only reason I'm even willing to talk to you guys is because you've shown, through evidence that you've shown me, and also through your character, that you guys are trustworthy, and you're at least in good faith telling me your side of the story. And so I just want to say thank you guys for doing the interview, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, chat, rate that interview A, B, C, D, or F. Rate that interview A, B, C, D, or F, man. I'm going to give that interview a D. A D plus, man. A D plus for that interview.
I don't know what happened to Nolan. I don't know none of these people. I think Nolan was a great kid, and I want justice for him. And so that's why I want to take an impartial approach and say, if you ain't had nothing to do with it, rule them out. Come on, rule these people out, man. Quit damaging other people's lives. Let's weave to what happened to him.
Is Officer Tatum taking an impartial approach? He may be. Y'all let me know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get past the foolery. And Benjamin Crump, this is what bothers me, right? Because from what I heard from people that were there, that are in this group, were saying that Nolan's parents weren't as focused on his race stuff. They weren't even focused on that. It was seemed to be it was going to be a community thing. We're going to come together. We're going to find out what happened to Nolan. And when Benjamin Crump and them came into town, it got weird. All of a sudden, the parents are on television saying, "We don't know these people."
And I saw the interview that you had with the kid, and he's saying, "What do you mean you don't know me?"
His mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And man, that can't be farthest from the truth. Me and her son went on trips together. We went to Florida for spring break together. You don't know me? I'm in all these homecoming and prom photos as our whole friend group. Me and Nolan are standing next to each other. You don't know me. Him being the only black person, minority, any of that measure is insane. Our friend group is diverse from the max. Like, we have a mixed guy. I mean, we had Nolan in our friend group. There's an Asian a part of our friend group. There's a Latino that they're trying to perceive as white. He's truly authentic Mexican. His parents are from Mexico. They came over legally and they did everything right, and he's been here since. It blows my mind because our friend group is not a friend group that sees race. Our friend group sees what good you do for other people, what good you bring, and how the type of person you truly are.
What's your read on that? That do you think that they were just saying we don't know everybody who was there, or do you think that they're just all screwed up emotionally because they lost their son? What's your explanation?
There's three things that come to my mind. I know a lot of people think that I'm forming an opinion. You know, it's like three things that I'm evaluating that I don't know which one is true. One could be that they don't consider him to be a close friend, which means that don't mean he wasn't a close friend, is that they don't consider him as a close friend. They perceived that others were closer to him, and in the haze of what all this stuff is going on, they're not in the press conference remembering everything that has ever happened. They could be clouded in that. So I could see how that happened. I could see how there could be a situation where he's lying to me, right? I don't think he is. He showed me all these pictures of prom and all this stuff, but there could be a position that he's lying to me and mama's right. The third one is that it's a grift. Because
not by the parents.
Well, I don't know. It could be by the group, right? Parents could be included. Could be.
Oh, they're saying Ben Crump.
They're
saying Ben Crump part of the group. Chad, we're 15 subscribers away from 50,700. Can we get 15 quick subscribers for 50,700? Also, for the game Grassroots, everybody yesterday that said that they wanted to be a tester for the beta version of it, I have the link for the beta version of the game. It's bare bones right now. It's not really exciting, but they do need the 3 testers to go in there and play it. So let me know. But I do need 15 subscribers, so we're getting 50,700.
ABC and said it's not about race. He contradicted Benjamin Crump because he said that wasn't Nolan, that was me getting into an altercation. And with that being said, now they have to distance themselves from a person who is obstructing the narrative, because he's saying I'm Nolan's best friend and nothing had to do with race. Nolan was not arguing, that was actually me. And now the narrative, I think, was attacked. Benjamin Crump's narrative was attacked. And so I can see the plot being, we got to distance ourselves from him because he's messing up the narrative. And that could be the manipulation from Benjamin Crump against the family who's mourning and he's taking advantage of them. Because all of a sudden he's like now being ostracized. All of a sudden everybody that's putting it in context and saying, well, we like the kid Jalen or Jaden, I forget his name. I think it's Jaden or something like that. He's getting threats. I saw his post on Instagram just recently. He's getting threats.
But everybody gets threats.
No, I'm saying
Everybody
he's
gets
getting threats because he said he initially came out and said it wasn't about race.
Right.
We were all good friends. And they went after him.
Yes.
And then he went and did another interview with his mama on the thing with him. And mama, from what I hear, is pushing that idea of race when he don't believe that and don't think that he's in the friend group with all these other white boys. And he don't feel that way.
But, you know, look, parents and kids can feel differently, but here's what we know is you're going to get attacked in this day and age. Everybody attacks, especially when there's anything incendiary involved, let alone race. You know, there are people who believe, I sat on a jury with one once, that there's been too much systemic inequality, there's been too much systemic racism. I will never believe it's done the right way. If there's any suggestion it was done the wrong way, I believe it was done the wrong way because that's my experience and that's what I've seen. And that's it. These are hard because they're hard positions because it matters so much. And we've made it matter so much. And this story is wrapped up in that. But I will say, first autopsy, different than second autopsy. They know a lot more in that first one. Why? They had the full body intact. They had it sooner. Toxicology will probably be the same result, first to second. But, you know, they removed tissue and organs, which is very usual for them to do more investigation that they didn't have in the second process. So they didn't have any of the tissue around here because they had removed it. And there's a reason that they removed it. So they may know things. They may know that it was a drowning. And they may, you know what I mean? You don't always know. You know, Brandon knows all this as being a cop. But, you know, just when you drown doesn't mean they always find water in the lungs or in the stomach. They usually do. They don't always. And even if they do, oh, so he drowned. We still don't know if it's a homicide or an accident or even a suicide. Why? I don't know. Why'd he drown? If Brandon holds my head underwater and I drown, that's different than me not knowing how to swim well or getting caught in a washing machine. So they will know more. It will be helpful. I am okay with not knowing right now. It's not easy, makes the job harder, but if they're going to present it to the grand jury, as long as it comes out afterwards, then that is due process. And then you can make your judgments.
And Chris, that's fair to the family. And if I was their attorney,
they are speculating
like I said,
a lot.
I despise Benjamin Crump because I feel like he's adding fuel. If I was their attorney, I'd say you should appreciate that they're not releasing this to the public because it would interfere in the investigation. If they come out now and they go, the autopsy yielded that he drowned, right? They said he drowned. The person who killed him now knows that they're off the hook. The person who may know that this person killed them are like, I'm not gonna come forward now because it's over. Like they believe he drowned. I'm gonna escape this. Not knowing what happened gives them time to get people to come forward still. And also, you don't want to give too much. And I think Benjamin Crump hurt the family in this investigation. One, because I know that they know that he drowned. They may know he drowned and Benjamin Crump is just looking for money. Because if I was Benjamin Crump, I would not have put the autopsy out there prematurely. Because if I was a witness and I'm a police department and I'm trying to get witness statements and I now got a lead, I don't know if the witness is telling the truth or not. I cannot determine if the witness saw this on social media or the witness was on the scene, because this happens in law enforcement all the time. You're able to determine the authenticity of a person's statement based on information that never was public. So if someone says, hey, yeah, I saw him on the boat and like it was two guys fighting and one guy hit another guy with a pipe in the back of his head. And they go, where'd he hit him at? It like right in the base of his neck. Well, we didn't release the autopsy to show that he had damage here. That person's may be very authentic that they were physically there, and this is not some ploy to get a $150,000 reward by putting fake information out there. Or the suspect, they may say he had a laceration to the side of his neck with a sharp object. Well, the person who did it, if they ever get questioned after the information is divulged, they're gonna make sure they say, I never touched his neck. I never hit him, or I never did this. They can preset their interview to make sure that they don't align with none of the evidence you have. That's why they hold off on it. They don't hold off because they want the public to be in the dark. They just don't want to mess this up. This boy's life is on the line. His parents need justice, and they can't go out prematurely and mess it up, because it's the same thing with Charlie Kirk, and we could probably get to that in another interview, but it's the same thing with Charlie Kirk. That people were like, why didn't they not putting information out? It's because you can't tell, if there's another suspect involved, you can't say where they shot him from. Like, for instance, the video that wasn't released was they had video of him on the roof.
Right.
It wasn't until the trial that they released the video of him actually going in prone position and shooting Charlie. But before that, they only showed him run across the roof. They didn't ever show the part where he walked up in prone. And that's because if there's other suspects or other material, they don't want the public to know that and then change their
And look, you don't want to you're going to have to give it all to the defense anyway, as part of the discovery process, but you're not in a rush to give anything too soon. As police and prosecutors, it's a big point of frustration, not just as a lawyer, but as a journalist. Why? Because the more I know that you don't know, the better for me. And there is something competitive to this. There's something adversarial to this. And I don't want you to, what you're suggesting, I don't want you to come up with answers that meet what you know I know, because I want to get you without that benefit. And it's a balancing test. And it's frustrating. And it is more frustrating these days because there's less trust, if there's any trust at all. We're seeing that with ICE every day. You know, I just did a video before I came on with you. Tom Holman was right to say to Dana Bash that we're not making mistakes. And she was wrong to say you are making mistakes, because I don't think anything's a fucking mistake. I think that when you are telling guys to do it a certain way, and you know, you're making them political players, which they shouldn't have ever done to the men and women doing the job, it's not a mistake. If I'm telling you it's okay, I'm telling you to do it this way, then you're not making a mistake when you do it that way.
High prices are here to...
All right, man, here go Cuomo on the ad, man. Let's see. He get back to this shit. All right.
This is one thing, and I'll throw out there that I think, because I wrote in my book that Chauvin was wrong. He was wrong. Even though George Floyd, more than likely, he died from ODing, but they didn't charge Chauvin with intentionally killing George Floyd. And people don't understand that. They charged him with a depraved mind and a lack of supporting him as he's dying, which in that state ended up being like second-degree murder, and which was the appropriate charge. We are not trained to, you could be trained to put your knee on somebody in that fashion, but not till they die.
Right. I think the recklessness is the right mens rea, is the right mental set. Depraved mind murder, we'll talk about it in another interview. That is a really bad statute because of how it was used. It was designed for something very specific, and it got used by prosecutors after some terrorism acts as like a midpoint between first and second degree murder. And it was misused. And in New York State, I covered this story where they had to undo all these prosecutions, Brandon, because it was never what the law was intended for. And you had like these bad guys. I had a guy who lives right near me, still does, probably watching this, where he thought this guy across the street who liked young girls was going to do something to his daughter because the guy said he was going to do something to his daughter. So he walks across the street with his shotgun to say, let's hear you say it now. And the guy's like, yeah, I'll say it right now. And he...
All right, chat. That's enough of that, man. We kind of got that gist of that shit. What else is going on, man? I had a couple other things to play, but we're not gonna play them, man. We finna get up out of here, chat. I got some things that I gotta take care of in the morning, and I wanna be back on tomorrow night. We'll do call-ins tomorrow night, so y'all be sure to get the Discord set up, so y'all can get in on the call-ins. Last night I kind of stayed up too late. I was really tired when I woke up this morning. But yeah, let me know if y'all do wanna be one of the 3 people to get the beta test of that game, Grassroots. I seen somebody say, what will it be on? I believe Android and iOS. It'll be on Android and iOS. Right now it's just a link that'll you click on and you'll be able to play the game. Like I said, it's bare bones right now. They're trying to get I think they got like 10 people testing it out right now, but they told me I can invite 3 people on. So yeah, I was just sharing that with y'all. If y'all want to come on and be a part of that, let me know. Get with me in the Discord, and I will see y'all on the next one. We do have the best mods on YouTube. Oh, what's the game? The game is called Grassroots. It's a political simulator, but it's not like the political simulators that's been out there. It's like you start off as city council and you try to work your way up through local, state, and eventually national elections. Bunch of scandals going on. Whatever you decide early in the game could come up later in the game. They have debates going on. I believe it's gonna be a walkable world where you can kind of walk. You'll be able to get, campaign donations, luxury items, and shit. Thank you, Miss VR, for the 5 gifted memberships. Miss VR, thank you for always supporting the channel, Miss VR, and showing them when you can. But yeah, right now the game is bare bones. I've played it, I tried it, I like the storyline, I like the way that it's walked, that I like the way that it makes you kind of stop and think like, damn, what would I do? How could this affect me later? But like I said, it is bare bones. It's not where it's nowhere near ready for release yet. And I think that's why they want more beta testers so they can try to work out I guess get some feedback on where it is now before they go into the second layer. They're gonna add the second layer of the game, which is cosmetics and all of the bells and whistles. But right now it's more about the strategy and gameplay. It'll be you said look up. Thank you, Carolina Cheryl. Welcome to Plugged In. Thank you for that membership, Carolina Cheryl. Thank you. But yeah, yeah, it's a simulation game, but you can become it's anything. Like you got people that'll come in try to bribe you campaign donations. Your aide might try to sleep with you. You can have news scandals that come out and it's local. Like I said, right now I think the game is just on the local level. And once they beta test the local level, they're gonna go to the state and the national levels. Like I said, I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I definitely see the potential. I'm glad that they chose me to partner with. Um, I'm really glad that they chose me to partner with actually. Um, yeah, the game definitely has drama. But you can go clean cut. You can go clean cut. Like the way the leaderboards are set up is I guess the whoever had the cleanest path to presidency, whoever had the fastest path to presidency, all kind of shit like that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be dope. Somebody dropped the Discord link for Gito. Make sure it's a workable link. Someone dropped the Discord link for Gito. You'll try it out, Top Cat. Okay, I'll send it. I'll send you the link in the Discord, probably on tonight or in the morning. So we got one of the beta testers. We need 2 more. We got Top Cat is locked in. Carolina Cheryl with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Carolina Cheryl. It's always good to see you. Thank you for supporting the channel. But yeah, we got Top Cat. JD, thank you for being a first timer. I'm glad that you came in with us. But yeah, we got here. We got a lot of good things coming, man. Like I said, I'm excited about that game. Oh, and we have the Prompts to Products workshop. I forgot to tell y'all tonight's episode. Let me shout out everybody who supported tonight's episode first. Thank you, Sir Carl, Tony Toes, Najee, Miss VR, and Carolina Cheryl, and everybody who sent jewels. I can't see the jewels and gifts that was sent right now. But thank you everybody who supported the channel. And what I was gonna say is we have been doing the Prompts to Products, our AI workshops every Saturday at 7 p.m. Every week it's been getting better. Every week we've had new people in there. Last week we built my phone's about to die. But we built yeah, my phone's definitely about to die. Ow, I wish I could show y'all that. Let me see that chart. My phone just died. But last week we built a voice teleprompter where it follows your voice as you speak, or it can auto scroll, or you can manually scroll it. It's for the creators where you can just have it right here, like next to your phone, so you can have your script right there, so you can be looking into the camera and not have to look off or look down while you're reading what you want to read, or while you're looking at your notes while you're talking. But we built that out, and we actually got it onto quite a few of the people in the class's home screen. So they have it as a workable app now. They pull up their phone when they get ready to make content, they click on the app, they copy paste their script into it, and it's a voice teleprompter. That was one of the things we built last week. Well, the thing that we built last week. Saturday we'll be there at 7:00. It's in the Discord, Prompts to Products. Like I said, September, the first of September, we open enrollment is over with for Prompts to Products. The 1st of September, there's no more free access to Prompts to Products. It will be like $99 to get into the 4-week class. But right now we have open enrollment. So be sure to get in there and lock in your spot before September. Before September. I'm sorry. You come after September, it's gonna be $100, $99. I'm sorry. Right now you get in free and you're locked in. Drop the Discord link, mods. I seen someone asking for the Discord link. JD's asking for the Discord link. But yeah, man, we have a good time in there. We learn a lot. We build a lot. We take our time. We don't rush through it. It's not one of those things where we just rush through, and they're all recorded. So if you don't get into the Prompts to Products class, the course will be available somewhere after we get finished every 4 weeks. That coursework will be available. But if you're already in the class, then you can get the courses on demand. Like once you finish your 4 weeks, we'll package it up, send you your course. Thank y'all, everyone. No, I'm not gonna keep ranting. Those are all the announcements for tonight. We need 2 more beta testers. We got Top Cat locked in, and we got Prompts to Products 7 p.m. every single Saturday. 7 p.m. every single Saturday. I'll see y'all back here tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central Time. Be sure to get with me in the Discords with the topics and the things that you want me to cover. A few of y'all have sent me emails. Now, y'all sent it to my email for the book, and I didn't see it until today. I'm sorry. I didn't see it until today. The Discord is the best way to contact me. YouTube also has DMs. A few of y'all have used the YouTube DMs to reach out to me. That's also a good way to reach out to me. It's through the YouTube DMs or in the Discord. Good night, chat. Oh, David said he would too. He'll be a beta tester. Okay, David, get with me in the Discord.